Everything you've been taught about reality is a carefully constructed lie. Not because the truth was too complex, but because the truth would make you ungovernable. And that terrifies the people who built the system you're living in. Here's what I'm about to prove to you in the next 90 minutes. You're going to walk away from this video with the ability to physically feel energy flowing between your hands. Not imagine it. Actually, feel it like you feel heat or cold. And once you can feel it, I'm going to show you how to direct it to change your circumstances faster than you ever thought possible. And here's why you need to watch this entire video right now. In less than a week, the calendar resets. You're either going to step into January as the same person facing the same problems, or you're going to enter it as someone who has unlocked a power that 99% of humanity doesn't even know exists. The choice you make in the next 90 minutes determines which path you take. What if I told you that right now, you are broadcasting an invisible electromagnetic force field that shapes everything that happens to you? Your bank account, your relationships, your health, the opportunities that appear, even the random events that seem to just happen. This isn't metaphysics. This is measurable, demonstrable physics that has been deliberately kept fragmented, scattered across ancient texts, buried in classified research, hidden in quantum mechanics papers, so you would never put the pieces together. Here's my promise. By the time you finish this video, you will have 3 things. Physical proof that energy is real. You'll feel it in your hands. No faith required. Direct, tactile evidence you'll never be able to deny. The exact mental technique used by the most successful people in history to collapse probability and manifest specific outcomes. Not theory, the actual protocol. The biological understanding of why this works, so your rational mind can't sabotage your results with skepticism. And I'm going to give you measurable milestones. Within 5 minutes of the first exercise, you'll feel energy between your palms. Within 24 hours of the mental technique, you'll notice your first synchronicity. Within 7 days, your first manifestation. Within 30 days, undeniable proof this works. No vague promises, concrete, time-stamped results. Stay with me because in the first 20 minutes alone, I'm going to teach you something you can test immediately. You'll prove to yourself today, right now, that what I'm saying is real. And once you have that proof, everything else becomes possible. Let me show you how deep the deception goes. Every day you use technology that proves energy manipulation is real. Your phone, your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. These devices constantly transmit and receive invisible electromagnetic signals. You can't see them, but they're there, carrying information, creating real-world effects. Your brain operates on the exact same principle. Your neurons fire electrical signals. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field. Your thoughts create measurable brainwave frequencies. You are literally a biological transmitter and receiver of energy. But nobody taught you how to use this system consciously. Nobody explained that the difference between someone who magically attracts success and someone who struggles their entire life isn't luck, it's energy mastery. And here's why this is going viral right now. The people who learn this before the calendar resets, before everyone makes the same tired resolutions that fail by February, those people are going to have a massive head start. While everyone else is hoping and wishing, you'll already be operating from a completely different paradigm. You'll be the person who seems to effortlessly attract opportunities. The one who went from struggling to thriving, seemingly overnight. Think about it. Where were you last January? What goals did you set? How many actually happened? Now imagine if you had started this year with the knowledge you're about to gain. Where would you be right now? That's the opportunity in front of you. You get to rewrite that story. And here's why this knowledge was suppressed. The moment you realize you can control your energy field, you stop being controllable. You stop needing their products, their propaganda, their permission. You become sovereign. Let me break down what they don't want you to know. You have 3 brains, not 1, 3. The first brain is in your hands. Your palms contain thousands of nerve endings per square inch. Ancient mystics knew this. They knew your hands are energetic antennas, capable of sensing and directing the invisible field around all living things. This isn't symbolic. This is neuroscience they forgot to mention in school. In part 1, I'm going to walk you through the exact exercise that makes you feel this energy within 5 minutes. You'll experience undeniable tingling, pressure, heat between your palms. Your skeptical mind won't be able to deny it anymore because it'll be a sensation as real as touching something hot. Once you can feel it, you can't deny it. The skepticism evaporates because this isn't about belief, it's about direct experience. The second brain is in your skull, but not the way you think. Your brain doesn't just process thoughts. It generates them as electromagnetic frequencies that literally ripple through space-time. Every thought creates a measurable impulse. Every emotion generates a specific pattern. Every intention broadcasts a signal into the quantum field. Thought isn't trapped in your head. It's a broadcast signal, and whoever controls the signal controls the outcome. Scientists at Princeton ran experiments for 3 decades, proving human consciousness can influence random number generators. Not through touching them, simply through focused intention. The odds of this being chance? Less than 1 in a trillion. Researchers proved meditation physically changes your brain structure. You can measure it on an MRI. Consistent practice creates visible changes in areas associated with conscious control. Other research proved your emotional state affects people around you. The electromagnetic field of the human heart extends far beyond the body. When 2 people are close, their heart rhythms synchronize. You are literally influencing other people's nervous systems just by being near them. In part 2, I'm giving you the ancient mental technique for directing this electromagnetic broadcast consciously. This explains why some people's thoughts manifest, while others visualize all day and get nowhere. There's a specific frequency pattern that makes the difference. This is your second brain. Your mind as an electromagnetic transmitter, and when you learn to use it consciously, you gain the ability to influence probability itself. The third brain is your entire nervous system. Your body isn't separate from your consciousness. It is consciousness in physical form. Your vagus nerve connects your brain to your heart, lungs, and gut, the information superhighway of your biofield. When activated properly, your body heals faster, thinks clearer, processes energy more efficiently. Your heart's electromagnetic field is thousands of times stronger than your brain's. Your heart is a power generator. And when it's in coherence, it amplifies every signal your mind broadcasts. In part 3, I'm showing you the exact breathing protocol that shifts your nervous system into coherence, so your body amplifies your intentions instead of sabotaging them. This is why some people manifest easily and others can't. Biological coherence. Your gut produces the vast majority of your serotonin. Your gut-brain connection directly influences your ability to hold specific energetic frequencies. Your mitochondria convert oxygen into energy. When your cells are properly oxygenated, your entire biofield becomes more coherent, more powerful, more responsive to conscious direction. You are a soul piloting a biological quantum computer, and if you don't know how to use it properly, you'll never access even a fraction of its capabilities. 3 brains, 3 levels of control, 3 pieces deliberately kept separate throughout history. And here's why this matters right now. This year is ending. Whatever results you got, those results were created by the energy you were unconsciously broadcasting all year. But the new year is a blank slate, a fresh energetic cycle. The people who master these 3 techniques before January program that slate with intention instead of letting it default to the same patterns. Where would you be if you had started January knowing this? What would be different? How much money would you have made? What relationships would you have healed? What level of health would you be experiencing? That's the opportunity you have. In the next 90 minutes, we're taking you through the complete Energy Mastery Protocol: the what, the how, and the why. This is structured as a trilogy. Each piece builds on the last. Each section unlocks the next level. By the time you finish, you won't just intellectually understand energy control. You'll have experienced it, directed it, and internalized the scientific mechanisms that make it possible. First, you're going to learn to feel energy. Actually sense it with your physical hands, proving to your logical mind that this force is real. This is the foundation. You cannot control what you cannot perceive. And the moment you prove to yourself that energy is tangible, everything changes. Your entire worldview shatters. Because if energy is real and you can feel it, then everything else becomes possible. Every limitation you've accepted suddenly becomes questionable. Then, we're weaponizing your mind. You're learning the ancient techniques for directing energy through thought alone. This is where mental alchemy becomes reality manipulation, where you discover thought isn't just a reflection of reality, it's an active force that shapes it, where you learn to use visualization as energetic programming. You'll discover why monks spend decades perfecting their minds, why secret societies guard meditation techniques like nuclear codes, why billionaires pay millions for consciousness training. Because when you master your mental energy, you master your life. Finally, we're going deep into the biology. The quantum mechanics of your nervous system. The science of how thoughts create electromagnetic cascades through your body. The physics of manifestation. This is where ancient wisdom meets cutting-edge neuroscience, where mysticism becomes measurable, where you understand exactly why this works. You'll learn about structures in your neurons, so small they operate according to quantum mechanics. You'll understand how the observer effect operates inside your brain every millisecond. You'll discover how your autonomic nervous system can be consciously controlled. By the end, you won't just believe you can control energy, you'll have felt it, directed it, understood the mechanisms that prove this isn't magic, it's physics. And if you practice the 20-minute daily protocol starting tonight, you will notice changes within a week. Synchronicities, opportunities appearing, people responding differently, anxiety decreasing, clarity increasing, small manifestations proving the system works. Within 30 days, your life will look different in measurable ways. Better opportunities, improved relationships, increased income, enhanced health. But I need to warn you, this is a one-way door. Once you experience the sensation of energy moving through your hands, once you watch your thoughts create measurable changes in your biofield and see those changes manifest in reality, you can never go back to being a passive observer. You become responsible. You become the author. You can no longer blame circumstances or bad luck, because you'll know you are creating your reality through the energy you emit. Some people aren't ready for that level of power. Some prefer the comfort of victimhood, the safety of believing life just happens to them. If that's you, close this video now. Go back to sleep. Make the same resolutions that didn't work. Hope next year will somehow be different. But if you've always felt there's an invisible force inside you waiting to be unlocked, if you've sensed reality is more malleable than they taught you, if you're tired of watching others effortlessly succeed while you struggle, if you're ready to stop waiting for permission and start commanding your existence, then buckle up. Because we're about to shatter every illusion you've been fed about what's possible. This is the Energy Mastery Trilogy, the complete system, the forbidden knowledge. And we begin with learning to feel the invisible force that has been with you your entire life, waiting for you to notice it. Drop a comment with "I'm ready" if you're committed to watching all 3 parts and applying what you learn. The more people who commit, the more we can help wake up before the year ends. Let's unlock your first brain. Everything is energy, and you're the one controlling it, even if you don't realize it yet. Right now, your brain is processing millions of signals every second. The sensation of your clothes against your skin, the hum of background noise, subtle shifts in light, all happening, all unnoticed. Why? because your brain filters them out to keep you focused. But here's the catch. That same filtering is also keeping you stuck. Think about the last time you tried to learn something new, maybe a sport, a language, or a skill. At first, it felt awkward and clumsy. Your movements were stiff, your thoughts scattered. But with practice, things started flowing naturally. What changed? Your brain rewired itself, creating new pathways and patterns. This is where energy control comes in. Many people think they need more energy to get things done. But often, it's not about having more energy. It's about using what you already have in smarter ways. It's like having a full tank of gas but driving with the parking brake on. The energy is there, but it's not flowing right. So, how do you fix that? By breaking down the barriers between conscious and unconscious processing, you unlock abilities you didn't know you had. This isn't just a mental hack, it's grounded in neuroscience and cognitive psychology. Let's try something simple. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Notice each breath, how some feel deep, others shallow, some warm, others cool. Don't try to change anything, just observe. After a few moments, your breathing will naturally shift. That's your brain releasing unnecessary control patterns. This principle applies everywhere. Our minds create countless invisible rules. Rules we can learn to bend or break. Think of a cat landing on its feet or a baby learning to walk. They don't follow step-by-step instructions. They let their bodies figure it out. As we grow up, we start overthinking. We force results instead of letting them happen. We get stuck in rigid patterns of thought and behavior. These patterns might help in some ways, but they also block us from reaching our full potential. Energy control is about spotting these hidden patterns and working with them, not against them. It's like learning to surf instead of fighting the waves. The force is already there. You just need to ride it. You'll learn how your brain creates its version of reality and how to adjust that perception. It's not about seeing things that aren't there. It's about noticing what's been there all along, waiting to be discovered. The techniques are practical and straightforward. No fancy tools, no years of training, just clear steps that build on each other, giving you results from day one. Think of your mind like a camera lens. Right now it's on auto mode, letting your brain decide what to focus on. Energy control teaches you how to switch to manual, giving you more options and better results. This might sound abstract, but the effects are real and measurable. Athletes use these techniques to sharpen their performance. Musicians use them to play with precision. Business leaders use them to make clearer decisions. The applications are endless because these principles tap into how your brain naturally works, and most people aren't even aware of it. Before we go further, take a moment to notice your surroundings. Really notice the colors, shapes, textures. Feel how your attention jumps from one thing to another. This constant movement of attention is a tool we'll learn to direct and use. The key is starting small and building gradually. Just like you can't run a marathon without training, you can't instantly master control over your mental processes. But with the right approach, you can make steady progress that adds up to big changes. In the coming sections, we'll break down exactly how to do this, step by step. You'll learn to see through the illusions your brain creates and access deeper levels of awareness and control. Not by forcing anything, but by removing the blocks that hold you back. And the techniques are simple, but the results can be amazing. Let's start. Our subconscious is like the matrix of perception that shapes how we see and interact with everything around us. Think of your brain as a supercomputer that processes millions of bits of information every second. But here's the catch. We don't notice most of it. Right now, your brain is filtering out the feeling of your clothes on your skin, the background sounds, and countless other sensations. It picks what matters and drops the rest. This filtering system helped our ancestors survive by focusing on threats and food, and we still use it today. Let me show you something interesting. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. What did you hear? Most people notice sounds they didn't pay attention to before. Your brain was always picking up these sounds, but it didn't bring them to your attention until you focused on them. This selective attention works like a spotlight in a dark room. Whatever the light points at becomes clear, while everything else stays in shadow. But unlike a real spotlight, your brain can move this focus instantly between different senses, from sight to sound to touch and back again. Your beliefs and past experiences color everything you notice. If you think snakes are dangerous, you'll spot snake-like shapes faster than someone who likes snakes. Your brain creates shortcuts based on what you've learned matters to you. These shortcuts can trick us. Look at a banana under blue light. It still looks yellow because your brain knows bananas are yellow. Your brain changes what you see to match what it expects to see. This happens all the time without you knowing it. But you can train your brain to notice more. Athletes do this. They practice until they can spot tiny movements their opponents make, like a slight shift in weight that signals a direction change. Musicians learn to hear subtle differences in sound, like microtones or timbre that most people miss. Poker players become experts at reading micro-expressions or changes in breathing that reveal when someone's bluffing. Chefs develop a highly refined palate, detecting even the slightest imbalance of seasoning in a dish. Detectives sharpen their ability to pick up on inconsistencies in body language or tone during an interrogation. And stock traders train their minds to spot patterns and anomalies in market behavior that others overlook. Your brain gets better at noticing what you train it to notice, no matter the skill or profession. What you focus on, you empower. Think about learning to drive. At first, everything needed conscious attention. The pedals, the steering, checking mirrors. Now you do most of it automatically. Your brain learned what to focus on and what to handle in the background. This same process happens with energy work. When you start, you might struggle to feel subtle energy movements. But with practice, these sensations become clear. Your brain learns new patterns and creates new shortcuts. You can use this to your advantage. By practicing focused attention, you teach your brain to notice energy patterns it used to filter out. It's like turning up the contrast on a photo. The details were always there, but now you can see them better. Let's try something. Focus on your hands. Don't move them, just feel them. After a few seconds, you might notice tingling, warmth, or a slight pulsing. These sensations were always there. You just weren't tuned into them before. Your brain creates your reality based on a tiny fraction of available information. By learning how this process works, you can start to expand what you notice and experience. This isn't about seeing things that aren't there. It's about noticing what's already present. The matrix of perception isn't fixed. It changes based on what you learn and practice. Every time you work with energy, you're training your brain to notice new patterns and connections. This makes energy work easier and more natural over time. Think of it like learning a new language. At first, you hear a stream of unfamiliar sounds. With practice, you start picking out words, then sentences, then subtle meanings. The sounds didn't change. Your brain learned to organize them differently. Energy work follows the same pattern. The sensations you'll learn to feel aren't new. They're part of your normal sensory input. What changes is how your brain processes and presents this information to your conscious mind. This is why different people can have different experiences with the same energy technique. Their brains have learned to notice and interpret sensations in their own ways. There's no wrong way, just different patterns of perception. Understanding how your brain filters and processes information lets you work with this system instead of against it. You can use your natural perception patterns to build new skills more effectively. As we move forward, keep in mind that everything you learn will become part of your perception matrix. Each new technique and experience will help your brain create better shortcuts for working with energy. This makes each step easier than the last. The matrix of perception is your foundation for all energy work. By working with it instead of fighting it, you make learning easier and results more consistent. Let's build on this as we explore how these patterns connect to quantum reality. The quantum world breaks all the rules we know from our daily lives. Things can exist in many places at once. Particles can connect across space instantly, and the act of looking at something changes it. These aren't just weird ideas. They're how reality works at its smallest level. Think about a coin spinning on a table. In our normal world, it's either heads or tails when it stops. But quantum particles can be like a coin that's both heads and tails at the same time. Scientists call this superposition bizarre, where something exists in multiple states until we measure it. This isn't just a strange theory. We use quantum mechanics in many modern technologies. Your phone's processor relies on quantum effects. GPS satellites need quantum calculations to give accurate locations. Even photosynthesis in plants uses quantum processes to turn sunlight into energy. One of the most fascinating parts of quantum physics is how particles can link together in ways that seem impossible. Two particles can become entangled, so that affecting one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart they are. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, because it seemed to break his rule that nothing can travel faster than light. But the quantum world isn't just about tiny particles. Its effects show up in bigger things too. Scientists have made visible objects enter quantum states. They've put tiny mirrors, small pieces of metal, and even living bacteria into superposition. This makes the line between the quantum world and our everyday world not as clear as we once thought. The quantum world also questions what we mean by reality. Is something real if we can't observe it? If a quantum particle can be in two places at once until we look at it, what does that tell us about the nature of existence? These questions push us to think differently about what's real and what's possible. Some scientists think quantum mechanics might explain how our brains work. The idea is that quantum processes in our brain cells could help explain consciousness, how we think and feel. While this is still debated, it shows how quantum physics might connect to every part of our lives. The math behind quantum mechanics works perfectly, but what it means is still debated. Some think there are many parallel universes where different possibilities play out. Others believe our consciousness creates reality by observing it. These different interpretations all fit the math, but they paint very different pictures of reality. Quantum technology is starting to change our world. Quantum computers can solve certain problems much faster than regular computers. Quantum cryptography offers unbreakable codes for sending secret messages. Quantum sensors can detect tiny changes in gravity, magnetic fields, and time itself. The quantum world also shows us how connected everything is. In quantum physics, empty space isn't really empty. It's full of virtual particles popping in and out of existence. Everything affects everything else. We can't separate the observer from what's being observed. This connects back to how we see reality. Our brains process information about the world, but quantum physics suggests that the act of observation helps create the reality we see. The world might not be as solid and separate as it appears. Looking at quantum physics changes how we think about cause and effect. In the quantum world, effects can come before causes. Particles can influence their own past. Time itself becomes more flexible than we usually think it is. These ideas might seem strange, but they're supported by countless experiments. Every time scientists test quantum theory, it proves correct. The weird quantum world is the real world. We just don't usually notice it because we're too big. Scientists keep finding new quantum effects and applications. They're learning to control quantum systems better, leading to new technologies. The quantum world isn't just about physics. It's becoming part of engineering, biology, and computing. The quantum world shows us that reality is more interesting than we imagined. It's not just about tiny particles. It's about the basic nature of everything. Understanding quantum physics helps us see how amazing and mysterious our universe really is. This takes us to our next topic: how the act of observation changes what we're looking at. The quantum world has shown us that we can't separate the observer from what's being observed. This observer effect is key to understanding both quantum physics and how we experience reality. The act of watching changes what we see. This simple truth lies at the heart of quantum physics and carries deep meaning for how we work with energy. Think of a child playing alone. They act naturally, freely, without concern. But as soon as they notice someone watching, their behavior shifts. They become more self-conscious, perhaps showing off or hiding away. This same principle shows up in the tiniest parts of our universe. When scientists try to measure a quantum particle, the very act of measurement affects its state. It's like trying to check if a room is dark. You have to turn on a light, but that light changes the darkness you wanted to observe. Let's look at what this means for energy work. When you focus your attention on energy, you're not just passively watching. You're taking part in how it moves and changes. Your observation creates a connection, a bridge between you and what you're observing. But this isn't bad news. It's actually a tool we can use. By knowing that our attention affects energy, we can be more precise in our practice. If you want to sense energy in your hands, the moment you focus on that sensation, you're already starting to create it. Your expectation helps shape what happens. This brings us to an interesting question. If observation changes what we're looking at, how do we know what's real? The answer might surprise you. Everything we observe is real, just changed by our observation. It's like a dance, where both partners affect each other's movements. Think about watching the sunset. The colors you see, the feelings it creates, these come from both the sunset itself and how you're choosing to experience it. Your mood, your thoughts, your focus, all play a part in what that sunset means to you. For energy work, this means being aware of how your attention shapes your experience. If you're looking for peaceful energy, your observation helps create that peace. If you're searching for strength, your focus helps bring that strength forward. But there's more to it than just watching. The observer effect teaches us about responsibility in our practice. Since we know our attention affects what we observe, we need to be clear about our intentions. What we focus on grows stronger. This doesn't mean we're making things up. Instead, we're participating in reality rather than just watching it. When you work with energy, you're both the observer and part of what's being observed. It's like being both the photographer and part of the photograph. Let's consider what this means in practice. When you sense energy, notice how your expectations influence what you feel. Are you looking for warmth, tingling, movement? Your expectations help shape your experience. This isn't wrong. It's natural and useful, as long as you stay aware of it. The observer effect shows us that there's no such thing as purely objective observation. Everything we do, everything we notice, everything we measure, includes our own influence. This is both a challenge and an opportunity. For those starting out in energy work, this might seem strange. How can you trust what you're experiencing if you're partly creating it? The answer is simple. What matters is the result, not whether it fits some idea of pure observation. If your practice helps you grow and heal, it's working. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. At first, you might worry about whether you're doing it right. But once you're moving, what matters is that you're staying up and going where you want to go. The same goes for energy work. Focus on results rather than perfect technique. The observer effect teaches us to be honest about our role in what we experience. We're not passive watchers, but active participants in everything we do. This awareness makes our practice more effective because we stop fighting against our natural influence and start using it wisely. As we move forward, keep in mind that your attention is a tool. Like any tool, it works better when you know how it affects what you're working with. Your observation creates change. Use this knowledge to guide your practice and strengthen your results. This understanding leads us naturally to our next topic: how to work with these principles to break through old patterns and create new possibilities. The illusion of separation between observer and observed is about to shatter, opening up new ways of working with energy. The way we see energy has been wrong from the start. Most of us grew up thinking about energy as something that just happens, like electricity flowing through wires or heat rising from a stove. But these are just the surface effects of something much bigger. Think about what happens when you turn on a light switch. We say electricity flows from the power plant, through the grid, into your home and makes the bulb glow. This explanation feels right because it matches what we see. But it's an illusion, a story we tell ourselves to make sense of what's happening. The truth is more surprising. Energy doesn't flow anywhere. It's already everywhere all the time. What we call energy transfer is really just a chain reaction of energy states changing from one form to another. The power plant doesn't send energy to your home. It creates a disturbance in the energy field that already exists everywhere, and that disturbance ripples through the grid until it reaches your light bulb. This might sound like splitting hairs, but the difference is huge. Once you stop thinking about energy as something that moves from place to place, you start seeing the real picture. Everything around us is made of energy in different states. Matter itself is just energy in a very dense, stable form. Let's look at heat. We say heat rises, but heat isn't a thing that moves up. It's energy spreading out to reach balance. When you put your hand near a hot object, you're not feeling heat traveling to your skin. You're feeling your own energy state changing in response to the energy state of the air molecules around you. The same goes for every form of energy we know. Sound isn't a thing moving through air. It's a pattern of pressure changes in the energy that's already there. Light isn't something streaming from the sun. It's a ripple in the electromagnetic field that fills all space. Electricity works the same way. It's not electrons traveling down a wire, but a wave of energy transferring through the field around the wire. Even gravity isn't a force pulling objects together. It's the curvature of space-time causing energy to seek balance. Think about water flowing down a hill. It's not the water itself that's driving the movement. It's the energy difference between higher and lower ground. And chemical reactions? They're just energy rearranging itself within molecules, creating new bonds as it seeks equilibrium. Everywhere you look, energy is shifting, spreading, and transforming. Not as something separate, but as the very fabric of existence shaping itself in infinite ways. This new way of seeing energy changes everything about how we can work with it. Instead of trying to push energy around, we can focus on changing energy states in useful ways. It's like the difference between trying to move water by carrying it in buckets versus opening and closing dams to direct the flow of a river. The observer effect we talked about earlier starts making more sense too. We're not separate observers watching energy do things. We're part of the same energy field, interacting with it through our observations. Every measurement we make, every interaction we have is really just one part of the energy field affecting another part. This isn't just theory, it has real practical uses. Solar panels work better when we design them based on energy state changes rather than trying to capture sunlight. Batteries last longer when we build them to maintain stable energy states instead of thinking about storing and releasing charge. Even simple machines work more efficiently when we stop fighting against energy's natural patterns and start working with them. Breaking free of the old way of thinking about energy takes practice. We're so used to the illusion that it feels more real than reality. But once you start seeing energy as it really is, as a single field that everything is part of, you can't go back to the old view. The next time you see any kind of energy in action, try to look past what your eyes tell you is happening. Don't see things moving or flowing. See energy states changing in a connected field. Don't think about separate objects interacting. Think about different parts of the same system affecting each other. This shift in perspective opens up new possibilities for how we can use energy. Instead of fighting against what we think are the limits of energy transfer, we can work with the natural patterns of energy state changes. We can stop wasting effort trying to move energy around and focus on creating the right conditions for useful energy state changes to happen on their own. The illusion of separate energies moving between separate objects has held us back for too long. By breaking free of it, we can start working with energy as it really is, a single interconnected field that we're all part of. This isn't just a different way of thinking about energy. It's the key to using it more effectively than ever before. Your brain is like plastic. It can change and grow. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. Every time you try something new, you create new pathways in your mind. These paths can replace the old routes that led to limitations in your energy field. Think of your comfort zone as a starting point, not a prison cell. Each step outside makes the zone bigger. The walls start to fade. What seemed impossible becomes possible. But watch out for the sneaky ways your mind tries to rebuild those walls. It might say, "That was just luck," when you succeed. Or, "This is too hard," when facing challenges. These thoughts are just echoes of the old prison. Look at children playing. They become pirates, astronauts, doctors, and dancers without doubting themselves. They haven't learned to limit their possibilities yet. That freedom still exists in you. It's just hidden behind walls of doubt. Your senses filter reality based on what you expect to see. If you believe something's impossible, your brain might miss opportunities right in front of you. It's like wearing sunglasses indoors and wondering why everything looks dark. Breaking free takes practice. Start noticing your automatic no responses. Question them. Ask yourself, is this true? Or is it just what I'm used to believing? The walls of your perception prison weren't built in a day, and they won't come down in a day either. But every time you question a limitation, try something new, or push past comfort, you weaken those walls. Your true limits are far beyond what your mind tells you. Think of someone who inspired you by doing something impossible. They faced the same mental walls, but chose to push through them. The prison guards are your own thoughts. They patrol the walls with weapons of doubt, fear, and old habits. But you hold the key to the cell. You can choose different thoughts, take different actions, and write a new story. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about accurate thinking. See things as they are, not as your fears paint them. Notice the opportunities your mind might be filtering out. Your perception of prison might feel solid, but it's made of paper-thin thoughts. You can tear through them with questions, curiosity, and small, brave actions. Each step makes you stronger. Each wall you break shows you what's possible. The world outside your perception prison is bigger than you imagine. It's filled with possibilities your mind might have hidden from view. The door is unlocked. The walls are ready to fall. You just need to take that first step. The quantum mirror shows us something strange about how energy works. Think of a mirror in your bathroom. When you look at it, you see yourself looking back. But what if that mirror could show you all the different ways energy moves and changes? Let's say you're standing in front of this special mirror. Instead of seeing just one reflection, you see countless versions of the same scene. Each reflection shows energy moving in slightly different ways. In one reflection, heat rises from your body in red waves. In another, electrical signals pulse through your nerves in blue sparks. In yet another, the atoms in your cells vibrate and dance. This mirror doesn't just show us what's happening now. It shows us what could happen next. Like ripples in a pond, each tiny change in energy creates new patterns and possibilities. When you move your hand, the mirror shows hundreds of possible paths that energy might take. But here's the weird part. The mirror doesn't just show us these things. It actually affects them too. Just by looking into the mirror, we change how energy moves. Scientists found this out when studying tiny particles. The act of watching them changed how they acted. Think about throwing a ball. Usually you can predict where it will go based on how hard you throw it. But in the quantum world of very tiny things, it's different. The ball could end up in many places at once, and looking at it forces it to pick just one spot. The quantum mirror teaches us that we're not just watching energy, we're part of its dance. Every time we measure something, observe something, or try to control energy, we change it. It's like trying to catch smoke with your hands. The very act of reaching for it changes its shape. This might sound confusing, but it helps explain why some of our attempts to control energy don't work out like we expect. We can't just stand outside and pull strings like a puppet master. We're always in the mirror too, part of the same energy system we're trying to control. Some people who work with energy have started using this idea. Instead of fighting against this strange effect, they work with it. They know that sometimes the best way to direct energy is to step back and let it find its natural path, like water flowing downhill. The mirror also shows us something about time. In its reflections, we can see that energy doesn't just move forward like an arrow. It spreads out in all directions at once, creating webs of connection. Past and future blur together in patterns that look more like a dance than a straight line. This changes how we think about controlling energy. Instead of trying to force it into the shape we want, we can learn to read these patterns. We can spot the places where small changes might create big effects, like finding the right spot to tap a crystal glass to make it sing. But the mirror has one more lesson for us. Sometimes, when we look into it expecting to see chaos and confusion, we find surprising order instead. The same patterns keep showing up, like fractals in nature. The way tree branches look like smaller versions of the whole tree, or how clouds form similar shapes at different sizes. These patterns tell us that even when energy seems random and unpredictable, there might be hidden rules guiding it. Not strict rules like traffic laws, but more like the rules that make birds fly in formation or waves break on a beach. The quantum mirror isn't really a mirror you can buy or build. It's a way of seeing how we connect with energy. Every time we try to measure, control, or change energy, we're looking into this mirror. And what we see looking back isn't just energy, it's ourselves connected to everything else through countless threads of cause and effect. This view changes everything about how we work with energy. We stop thinking about energy as something separate that we need to control. Instead, we start seeing ourselves as part of energy's flow. Like a leaf in a river, we can guide our movement, but we're still part of the current. The next time you work with energy, imagine looking into the quantum mirror. See all the possibilities spreading out from each moment. Notice how your attention changes what you're watching. And remember that you're not just watching the dance of energy. You're dancing too. The act of watching changes what we see. This simple truth lies at the heart of quantum physics, but it also shapes our daily lives in ways we rarely notice. Think of a child playing alone. They move freely, dance without care, talk to themselves. Now watch them openly. Their behavior shifts. They become more self-conscious, perhaps showing off or hiding away. This same principle works inside our minds. When we pay attention to our thoughts and feelings, they transform. A headache feels different once we focus on it. Our breathing pattern changes as soon as we notice it. Our walking style adjusts when we think about how we're moving. Scientists discovered this effect while studying tiny particles. They found that measuring a particle's position affected its speed, and measuring its speed changed its position. You couldn't know both at once. The very tools used to observe changed what was being observed. But this isn't just about physics. It's about how we experience life. When you're caught up in anger, you're inside the emotion. The moment you step back and notice, I am feeling angry, something shifts. The anger doesn't vanish, but your relationship to it changes. You're no longer completely identified with it. This creates a fascinating opportunity. By becoming aware of our patterns and how we react, think, and feel, we can introduce a gap between stimulus and response. In that gap lies our freedom to choose differently. Consider what happens when you catch yourself starting to worry. Usually, worry thoughts chain together automatically. One fear leads to another and another. But if you can spot the pattern starting, you can pause it. The simple act of noticing breaks the spell. The same goes for physical tension. Most of us walk around with tight shoulders or a clenched jaw without realizing it. The moment we become aware, we can let go. The observation itself becomes the solution. But there's a catch. We can't observe everything at once. Like those quantum particles, some aspects of our experience become clearer, while others grow fuzzy. That's okay. We can shift our attention as needed, like adjusting the focus on a camera. This brings us to a practical question. What should we observe? The answer depends on what we want to change or understand. If we're trying to break a habit, we might watch for its triggers. If we're learning a skill, we might track our practice patterns. If we're building relationships, we might notice our communication styles. The key is to observe without judgment. Like a scientist collecting data, we want to see what's actually happening, not what we think should be happening. This neutral awareness is what allows natural change to occur. Sometimes the changes are subtle, a slight shift in posture, a small pause before speaking, a gentle relaxation of tension. Other times, they're dramatic, a complete change in behavior or perspective. Either way, they start with observation. This brings us back to where we started. The simple act of watching changes what we see. But now we can use this knowledge. We can be more strategic about what we pay attention to and how we observe it. We can use our awareness as a tool for growth and change. The observer effect isn't just a quirk of quantum physics or a psychological curiosity. It's a practical tool we can use every day. By choosing what we observe and how we observe it, we can work with this principle rather than being unconsciously affected by it. Next time you want to change something in your life, start by watching it carefully. Don't try to force change. Just observe with curiosity and patience. Let the power of attention do its work. After all, in the dance between observer and observed, both are always changing. The pictures in our minds shape our reality more than we often notice. Think of your mind like a movie projector, constantly playing films about what you expect to happen. These mental movies affect how we feel, act, and what results we get. Let's look at two different mental movies about the same situation. Picture yourself walking into a room full of people. In one version, you see yourself as awkward, out of place, with others judging you. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tense up, and you start feeling anxious before anything has even happened. Now rewind that mental movie and play a different version. This time you see yourself walking in confidently, connecting easily with others, and having good conversations. Notice how your body feels more relaxed and your energy flows better just by changing the movie in your mind. These mental movies run automatically most of the time. They come from our past experiences, what others told us, and what we decided to believe about ourselves. But here's the interesting part. We can learn to be the director of these inner movies instead of just watching them passively. Start by catching yourself when you're playing negative movies in your mind. Maybe you're about to give a presentation and your mental movie shows you messing up and people laughing. Stop the projection right there. Take a breath. Now, consciously create a new movie where you speak clearly and people listen with interest. The trick isn't to force yourself to think positively all the time. That's not realistic. Instead, become aware of what movies you're playing and how they affect your energy. Some people think this is just wishful thinking, but research shows that our brain responds to mental rehearsal almost the same way it responds to actual experience. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real event and one you vividly imagine. Athletes use this principle when they mentally practice their moves, perfecting their technique without ever stepping onto the field. Musicians do it when they rehearse in their minds, visualizing their fingers moving across an instrument, or their voices hitting every note. Public speakers use it to rehearse their delivery, imagining the energy of the audience and their confidence on stage. Chess players use it to simulate entire games in their minds, anticipating their opponent's moves and their own counter-strategies. Even surgeons use this technique, visualizing the precise steps of a complex procedure to ensure a steady hand and focused mind. You can use this same principle to shape your energy, decisions, and actions in any situation, visualizing outcomes so clearly that your brain begins to act as if they're already happening. But there's more to it than just positive thinking. The key is to create mental movies that feel true to you, not fantasy scenes that your mind will reject. If you're learning something new, don't imagine yourself being perfect right away. Instead, see yourself improving step by step, handling challenges with growing skill. Let's try something practical. Think of a situation coming up that usually makes you nervous. Notice what movie your mind automatically plays about it. Now, don't try to jump straight to a perfect scenario. Instead, adjust the movie slightly. If you see yourself failing completely, change it to handling things okay, even if not perfectly. If you picture others criticizing you, adjust it to them being neutral or mildly supportive. Make these new mental movies as detailed as possible. What do you see? What sounds are there? How does your body feel? The more senses you involve, the more real it becomes to your brain. Practice playing these improved versions several times a day. You're not trying to fool yourself. You're training your brain to consider new possibilities. This practice changes your energy field. When you consistently run more supportive mental movies, your nervous system calms down. Your body language changes. You send out different signals to others. And often, reality starts matching your new mental movies more closely. Remember those times when you worried endlessly about something, creating detailed disaster movies in your mind? How much energy did that waste? Now imagine using that same mental power to create helpful scenarios instead. You're not denying challenges might happen. You're just choosing where to focus your mental energy. This isn't about never having negative thoughts. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in what mental movies you play and replay. Each time you catch yourself running an unhelpful movie, you have a chance to change the script. Over time, this becomes more natural. Your mind will still create automatic movies based on old patterns. That's normal. But as you practice being the director of your mental movies, you'll get better at quickly noticing when the old projector starts running and choosing to play something more helpful instead. This skill builds a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be, one scene at a time. The mind creates a constant stream of thoughts, images, and stories. But there's something deeper watching it all unfold. This watching presence is what we truly are. When we recognize this, we start to see that our thoughts and the world they paint aren't as solid or serious as they seem. Think of it like sitting in a movie theater. The screen shows all kinds of scenes, happy ones, scary ones, exciting ones. But you're just sitting there watching it all. You don't get wet when it rains on screen. The monster can't actually hurt you. In the same way, our thoughts create a movie in our minds, but we are the awareness watching it. This watching presence is always here, in every experience. It's what knows you're reading these words right now. It's what notices your breathing, the sounds around you, the feelings in your body. This awareness doesn't come and go like thoughts do. It's the constant background to all experience. When we mistake ourselves for our thoughts, we suffer needlessly. We believe we are our worries, our plans, our regrets. But these are just temporary appearances in awareness, like clouds passing through the sky. The sky itself, pure awareness, remains untouched. This isn't just an interesting idea. It points to something immediate and practical. Right now, you can notice that you are aware. This awareness is reading these words. What is it that knows these words are appearing? What is it that notices your thoughts about what you're reading? You might say, well, I am aware, but look closer. This I that's aware, can you find it? Or is there just awareness itself, knowing everything that appears? The sense of being a separate me is itself just another appearance in awareness. This is what unity means. Not that everything becomes one blob, but that everything appears within and as awareness itself. The world doesn't disappear. Thoughts and feelings continue, but they're recognized as expressions of awareness rather than solid, separate things. You can test this right now. Notice a thought. Where does it appear? Not in space. You can't point to where thoughts are located. They appear in awareness. Notice a sound. Where is it known? In awareness. A sensation in the body. Where is it felt? In awareness. Everything you experience appears in and is known by awareness. This might sound abstract, but it's the most concrete thing there is. It's your direct experience right now. You don't need special states or experiences to notice this. You don't need to change anything. Just look and see. What is it that's aware of this moment? When we see this clearly, something shifts. We stop taking thoughts so seriously. We stop believing in a separate self that needs defending. We see that awareness is already complete, already at peace. The movie of experience can play however it plays. This doesn't mean we become passive or stop engaging with life. Action still happens naturally, but it flows from awareness rather than from a contracted sense of self. We respond to life directly instead of through the filter of me and my story. The mind will object, but what about my problems? What about my life? This sounds like escaping reality. But look at your actual experience. Are you escaping anything by noticing you are aware? Or are you seeing reality more clearly by recognizing what you truly are? This recognition can deepen over time. As we rest more as awareness rather than as a thought-based self, life becomes simpler. Problems don't disappear, but they're seen as appearances in awareness rather than as personal burdens. There's more space, more ease, more natural responsiveness. This is our natural state. We don't need to achieve it or get somewhere. We only need to notice what's already here. The aware presence that you are and always have been. Everything appears within this presence, including the thought that says, this isn't true. So right now, simply notice, what is aware of these words? What knows your thoughts about them? What is present when all thoughts pause? This awareness is what you are. Everything else, thoughts, feelings, perceptions, comes and goes within it. This is unity. Our minds create a personal reality that feels completely real, yet differs from what actually exists. Think of it like watching a movie. We see images on a screen and get pulled into the story, feeling real emotions and reactions, even though we know it's just light and sound. This same process happens in our daily lives. Our brain takes in information through our senses and builds what we think is reality. But this reality isn't direct. It's processed, filtered, and shaped by our past experiences, beliefs, and expectations. Let me give you an example. When you look at a tree, you don't see the tree as it truly is. Your brain receives light patterns, processes them based on your learned concept of tree, and creates an image that makes sense to you. The actual tree might be very different from what you perceive. Our emotions work the same way. We don't experience pure feelings. We experience our interpretation of events filtered through our personal history. If someone doesn't wave back at us, we might feel hurt or angry based on our past experiences of rejection. when maybe they just didn't see us. This filtered reality serves a purpose. It helps us make quick decisions and respond to our environment, but it can also trap us in limiting patterns and false beliefs. We might avoid opportunities because of fears based on past experiences that no longer apply to our current situation. The illusion goes deeper than just our senses. Our sense of self, who we think we are, is part of this constructed reality too. We build stories about ourselves. I'm not good at math. I'm always unlucky in love. I can't handle stress. These stories feel true because we've repeated them so often, but they're just patterns in our minds. Social media adds another layer to this illusion. We see carefully curated versions of other people's lives and compare them to our unfiltered daily experience. This creates an even bigger gap between perceived and actual reality. Money is another powerful illusion we all participate in. Paper bills and digital numbers have value because we collectively agree they do. The entire global economy runs on this shared belief system. Time itself might be different from how we experience it. We perceive time as flowing from past to future in a straight line. But physics suggests this might not be how time actually works. Our experience of time passing is another construction of our minds. Breaking free from these illusions isn't about rejecting them completely. They're useful tools for functioning in society. Instead, it's about recognizing them for what they are, mental constructs rather than absolute truth. Think about how a dream feels real while you're in it. Only upon waking do you realize it wasn't reality. Similarly, becoming aware of our daily illusions can be like waking up to a broader truth. This awareness can be liberating. When we recognize that our limitations are often self-imposed through our mental constructs, we can start to question and change them. If our brain created these patterns, it can create new ones. But this recognition comes with responsibility. Once we see how our minds shape our reality, we become more conscious of our role in creating our experience. We can't blame everything on external circumstances anymore. The good news is that understanding the illusory nature of our experience gives us more control over it. Just as a movie loses its emotional grip once we remember it's just a movie, our fears and anxieties lose some power when we see them as mental constructions. This doesn't mean our experiences aren't real. They're very real to us in the moment. But knowing they're constructed by our minds gives us the option to construct them differently. Consider how different cultures see the world in vastly different ways. What's obvious to one group might be invisible to another. This shows how much our perception depends on what we've learned to perceive. Living in the illusion is like being in a play, where we're both the actor and the audience. We can get caught up in the drama, or we can step back and remember it's all a performance. Both perspectives have their place. The key is finding balance, using the illusion when it serves us while staying aware of its constructed nature. This awareness creates space for change and growth beyond the limitations of our current perceived reality. The moment of awakening hits each person differently. For some, it comes like a bolt of lightning, sudden and shocking. For others, it creeps in slowly, like the morning sun breaking through clouds. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Think back to all the times you felt something wasn't quite right. Those little doubts that popped up when you watched the news, or that gut feeling that the story didn't add up. Those weren't random thoughts. They were your inner compass pointing to truth. We've been taught since childhood to accept what we're told. School trained us to memorize rather than question. Media feeds us pre-packaged views rather than raw facts. The system rewards compliance and punishes independent thinking. But deep down, we all sense these invisible chains. The real truth is simple. We are born free. Not just legally free, but free in mind and spirit. No one has the right to control your thoughts, limit your potential, or force you down a path you didn't choose. Yet that's exactly what happens through subtle manipulation every single day. Look at how we live now. We wake up to alarm clocks, rush to jobs we often hate, buy things we don't need, watch shows that numb our minds and go to bed exhausted, only to repeat it all again tomorrow. We're told this is normal, this is success, this is life. But is it really? The truth is that we have far more power than we've been led to believe. Our thoughts create our reality. Our focus shapes our experience. Our choices determine our path. But we've given this power away, bit by bit, until we forgot we ever had it. The good news is that this power never truly leaves us. It stays dormant, waiting to be reclaimed. And reclaiming it starts with one simple step: questioning everything. Not from a place of paranoia, but from a place of honest curiosity. Ask yourself, why do I believe what I believe? Who benefits from me believing this? What would change if I believed something different? These questions crack open the shell of illusion and let light stream in. As you start asking questions, you'll notice patterns. You'll see how fear is used to control behavior, how artificial scarcity creates competition, how distraction keeps us from looking too closely at what really matters. The pieces start fitting together. But here's what they don't want you to know. Awakening isn't just about seeing what's wrong. It's about recognizing what's possible. When you break free from mental chains, you tap into creativity you didn't know you had. You find strength you forgot existed. You rediscover your true self. This awakening comes with responsibility. Once you see the truth, you can't go back to sleep. You become responsible for your own growth, your own choices, your own path. No more following blindly, no more accepting without questioning. Some people will resist your awakening. They'll call you crazy, tell you to stay in line, try to pull you back into the old patterns. This is normal. Change makes people uncomfortable, especially when it challenges their own beliefs. Stand firm in your truth, not with anger or judgment, but with calm certainty. The truth doesn't need defending. It simply is. Your role isn't to convince others, but to live authentically and let your example speak for itself. Start small. Question one belief today. Change one habit tomorrow. Take one step toward authenticity next week. Small steps add up to major shifts over time. The key is consistency, not speed. Your awakening might feel lonely at first, but as you continue on this path, you'll find others who see what you see. People who question what you question. Souls who seek what you seek. These connections will come naturally at the right time. Remember this: awakening isn't a destination, it's an ongoing process. Each day brings new insights, new questions, new opportunities to choose truth over illusion. Some days will feel harder than others. That's okay. Progress isn't always linear. The most beautiful part of awakening is what it reveals about human potential. We are not limited beings meant to live small lives. We are powerful creators, capable of shaping reality itself. This truth has been hidden from us because it threatens those who profit from our sleep. Now is the time to wake up. Not because someone told you to, but because your heart knows it's right. Trust that inner voice. Follow that quiet knowing. Step into your power. The illusion is breaking down. More people wake up every day. You're not alone in seeing through the cracks. Together we create a new way of living, one based on truth, freedom, and authentic connection. This is your moment, your awakening, your truth. And if you've ever seen the movie Inception, you've already touched on this idea, the concept that reality is shaped by belief, imagination, and intention. But this isn't just a movie, it's real. Your energy, your focus, and your belief have the power to shape the world around you. Now you feel it. That tingling in your palms, that magnetic pressure, that undeniable physical proof that energy isn't a concept. It's a tangible force you can literally sense. And let me ask you something. How does it feel to know you were right all along? That intuition you've had your entire life, that sense that there's something more, something invisible, something powerful beneath ordinary reality, wasn't crazy. It was correct. You just proved it. No faith required, direct experience, empirical evidence that your body perceives something conventional. Science says doesn't exist. But here's where most people stop. They feel the energy, get excited, play with it for a few days, then go back to their normal lives, having experienced something extraordinary, but changed nothing. Why? Because sensing energy without directing it is like discovering you have eyes, but never learning to focus them. You can see light and shadow, but you can't read, can't aim, can't navigate toward what you want. Feeling energy is the foundation, but controlling energy is the revolution. Here's the promise for this section. In the next 30 minutes, you're learning the one mental technique that separates people who play with energy from people who use it to sculpt reality. You're discovering why your previous manifestation attempts failed, and it wasn't because you weren't spiritual enough. You were missing one critical component that makes thought energy dense enough to collapse into physical form. Master this technique before the new year starts, and you'll enter January with the ability to manifest specific outcomes within 30 days. Not vague improvements, specific, measurable results. Here's what they never told you. Your mind isn't just an observer of energy. Your mind is a transmitter, a broadcaster, a reality-shaping tool of unimaginable power. Every thought is a frequency. Every emotion is a waveform. Every belief creates a standing wave pattern in your biofield that attracts matching frequencies from the quantum field. When you harness these frequencies consciously, when you generate specific thought patterns, sustain them with emotional intensity, and broadcast them through your coherent biofield, you don't just influence energy, you command it. This is forbidden territory. The knowledge that got people burned at the stake. Why secret societies existed. What as above, so below, as within, so without, actually means. The ancient alchemists understood this. The Egyptian priesthood, the Taoist masters, the Kabbalists, they all knew thought precedes matter, that consciousness shapes form, that the universe is pure potential, and your focused intention collapses that potential into physical reality. But they hid this in symbolic language, in paradoxes, in initiation rites that took decades. Because they knew in the wrong hands, or in hands that hadn't first learned to feel energy, to prove it was real, this power would be used recklessly, destructively, selfishly. You've proven you're ready. You've done the work. You've developed the sensitivity. You've anchored this knowledge in your nervous system, not just your intellect. Now we're weaponizing it. In this section, you're learning the exact visualization protocol that makes thought forms energetically dense enough to manifest. Why affirmations fail for most people, and the one adjustment that makes them work. The emotional frequency pattern that accelerates manifestation exponentially. How to sustain an intention long enough for the quantum field to respond. We have days until the new year, days to program your energetic broadcast for the entire year ahead. Most people will spend New Year's Eve making drunk promises they forget by January 2nd. You're mastering the mental technology that makes those promises obsolete. Because you won't be hoping for change, you'll be commanding it. Stay focused, because around minute 22, I'm revealing the one technique that changed everything for me. The moment I went from understanding energy intellectually to watching my focused thoughts reshape my physical circumstances within 72 hours. Your hands can feel energy within minutes. But your mind can move mountains, can collapse probabilities, can reach across space and time to influence outcomes that haven't even happened yet. Are you ready to unlock that level of control? Let's continue. Let's take the foundation you've built and construct the cathedral. What if I told you that reality isn't what you think it is? That your mind holds a force so powerful it can bend energy, rewrite your future, and turn you into an unstoppable force, but you've been deliberately kept in the dark. Sounds insane? It's not. Top-secret research, quantum physics, and hidden ancient knowledge prove that your thoughts are not just ideas. They are energy waves shaping the world around you in real time. And here's the kicker: 99% of people are programmed to weaken themselves. They unknowingly drain their own power, sabotage their potential, and live their entire lives at a fraction of what they're truly capable of. But today, you are breaking free. In the next few minutes, you will learn the exact method to take control of this hidden force, used by the most powerful people in history to manipulate reality at will. This isn't self-help. This is quantum proof. By the end of this video, you will know how to override the mental programming that keeps you weak, activate the hidden part of your mind they never wanted you to access, and shift into a level of power that most people will never experience. This is not a theory. This is a system. And once you see it, there's no going back. If you feel like you were born for something bigger, like there's an untapped force inside you waiting to be unlocked, this is your moment. But be warned, once you open this door, you can never unsee what's inside. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Most people believe that reality is fixed, that life is something that happens to them and that their circumstances are beyond their control. But this is one of the biggest lies ever told. Quantum physics has already proven that your mind is not just reacting to reality, it's creating it. In the double-slit experiment, scientists discovered something terrifyingly powerful. Particles change their behavior depending on whether they are being observed. Think about that for a second. This means that the act of observing something actually changes what it is. If a particle, a fundamental building block of reality, can be influenced by consciousness, what does that mean for your thoughts, your emotions, and the energy you send out every day? It means that your focus literally shapes the world around you. Now, here's where things get even crazier. You've probably heard of Schrödinger's cat, but most people don't realize how deeply it applies to their own lives. In this thought experiment, a cat is placed in a box with a radioactive atom. The atom could decay and kill the cat, or it might not. The cat is technically both alive and dead at the same time until someone opens the box and looks inside. This proves something mind-blowing. Until a decision is made, until reality is observed, everything exists as a wave of infinite possibilities. What does this mean for you? It means that right now, every possible version of your life already exists. The wealthy you, the unstoppable you, the highly successful you, the version of you that has already mastered energy control. All of those realities are waiting for you to choose them. But most people never do, because they are stuck observing the same version of reality over and over again. But not after today. Right now, let's prove to yourself that you already have control over your reality. Follow these steps right now. Step 1. Pick one area of your life where you feel stuck. For example, money, love, health, success, confidence. Step 2. Write down how you currently perceive it. For example, I struggle with money. Step 3. Write down the exact opposite version of this reality. For example, money flows to me effortlessly. Step 4. For the next 60 seconds, visualize yourself in that new reality. Feel the emotions as if it's already true. Let it sink into your subconscious. Reflect on what just happened. For the past 60 seconds, you shifted your focus, which means you shifted the energy around you. And if you keep repeating this daily, your reality will begin to physically change. This is how energy control begins. But this is just the first step. In the next section, we're going to take things even further, and I'll show you how your brain is literally a quantum computer designed to reshape the universe. Most people have been conditioned to believe that thoughts are just ideas trapped inside their heads. But this is completely false. Thoughts are not passive. They are real forces of energy that actively interact with the world around you. Your mind isn't just processing internal experiences. It's broadcasting energetic signals into the quantum field. shaping reality in ways you've never been taught to understand. Science has now confirmed that your brain functions like a quantum computer, capable of processing millions of energetic calculations per second. And here's where things get even more shocking. Your thoughts don't just exist in your brain. They extend beyond your body, into the very structure of reality itself. You are already influencing the world around you at the quantum level, whether you realize it or not. Inside your neurons, scientists have discovered microtubules, tiny tube-like structures that seem to operate as quantum processors. According to physicist Sir Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Dr. Stuart Hameroff, these microtubules allow your brain to function as a biological quantum computer, meaning your subconscious mind is directly altering quantum waves in the universe. Your thoughts are sending out measurable electromagnetic frequencies that ripple outward. You are already connected to the entire field of reality. You just haven't been trained to use it deliberately. This is why people who consciously reprogram their minds, who focus on success, abundance, and confidence, begin to see their lives transform. It's not luck, it's quantum mechanics in action. The moment you shift your dominant thoughts and emotions, your energy field changes, and reality has no choice but to reorganize itself around you. But here's the part no one tells you. Manifestation is not just about thinking, it's about feeling. The biggest mistake people make is focusing on what they want while still emotionally attached to their current limitations. If you desire wealth, but feel scarcity, you are still vibrating at the frequency of lack. If you dream of confidence, but still feel self-doubt, you are broadcasting uncertainty. The secret? You must feel the reality you want before it exists. If you can train yourself to emotionally embody the outcome you desire, whether it's wealth, power, success, or deep influence, then your energy field shifts instantly, pulling that reality toward you like a magnet. And in the next section, I'm going to show you how to supercharge your energy field using the most powerful force in your body, your heart's electromagnetic field. Because once you activate this force, your ability to control energy will skyrocket. Right now, as you listen to this, you're shaping reality in ways you've never been told. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, every belief you reinforce is actively reshaping your future. But here's the problem. No one has ever taught you how to control it. Most people go through life completely unaware that they are constantly transmitting energy into the quantum field. They think their thoughts stay locked inside their heads. They assume their emotions are private. But science has already proven beyond any doubt that your thoughts, emotions, and even your heartbeat are generating electromagnetic waves that extend beyond your body, influencing people, circumstances, and even your future before it happens. This isn't just theory. Some of the most groundbreaking minds in science have confirmed what ancient civilizations have known for centuries. You are not separate from reality. You are creating it with every single moment of focus. Dr. Joe Dispenza has demonstrated that your thoughts literally rewire your brain, restructuring neural pathways and altering your physical state. Dr. Bruce Lipton has proven that your perception controls your DNA, meaning your beliefs don't just change your mindset, they alter your biology. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake's morphic field theory shows that human consciousness is like an interconnected energy web, allowing us to influence each other in ways most people can't even comprehend. And Dr. Amit Goswami has shown that consciousness itself is the fundamental force shaping the universe, meaning your awareness alone dictates what you attract into your life. So what does this actually mean for you? It means that every single moment you are either programming your energy to pull in the life you desire, or you are unconsciously pushing it away. Every negative thought, every moment of doubt, every time you replay a limiting belief in your mind, you are locking yourself deeper into a reality you don't want. And yet, 99% of people will never escape this loop. Not because they don't have the power, but because they have never been shown how to use it. But right now, you are about to become the exception. The secret that separates those who consciously create their reality from those who stay stuck is energy mastery. It's the ability to control your internal state so powerfully that reality itself has no choice but to shift around you. And the key to mastering this? Your heart's electromagnetic field. For your entire life, you've been told that the brain is the most powerful organ in your body. But that is completely false. Your heart, yes, the organ beating in your chest right now, has been scientifically proven to generate an electromagnetic field 5,000 times stronger than your brain's. That means your emotions carry more power than your thoughts alone. This is why, when you feel confident, grateful, or powerful, everything starts to flow effortlessly. And this is also why, when you feel fearful, doubtful, or anxious, everything seems to go wrong at once. The HeartMath Institute discovered that when you enter a state of heart-brain coherence, a state where your emotions and thoughts are in perfect alignment, your entire electromagnetic field expands. In this state, your body, mind, and external reality begin to synchronize, making your manifestations exponentially stronger. But here's where things get truly mind-blowing. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake's research has already proven that human brains can become quantum entangled, which means that two people's energy fields can literally sync up, even across vast distances. This explains why. You think about someone, and suddenly they call or text you. You walk into a room and immediately sense the energy of the people inside. You have a gut instinct about something, and it turns out to be right. These aren't random coincidences. These are real, measurable energy transmissions happening between you and the people around you. So what does this mean? It means that your energy is not just influencing your own life. It's actively shaping the world around you. It means that your thoughts and emotions are being picked up by others before you even say a word. It means that the opportunities, the relationships, and even the money you attract are being directly influenced by the frequency you are broadcasting at every second of the day. If you are stuck in doubt, fear, and limitation, your energy field is in a low-frequency state, and you are repelling the very things you desire. But the moment you learn how to shift into confidence, certainty, and gratitude, your energy expands, your reality reorganizes, and you begin pulling in exactly what you want. This is why people who master energy control move through life effortlessly, while those who remain unaware continue struggling, waiting for something external to change before they give themselves permission to feel good. But the truth is, you don't need to wait for anything. You have the power to shift your energy right now. And once you do, everything changes. This is why mastering heart-brain synchronization is the most important thing you will ever learn. It is the fastest way to take control of your energy, activate your full potential, and start bending reality in your favor. Right now, you're going to experience what it feels like to shift your energy in real time. Do not just listen to this. Do this, because once you feel it for yourself, you will never be able to ignore the power you have. Close your eyes. Place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in for 5 seconds. Hold it. Exhale for 5 seconds. Repeat 3 times. Think about a moment where you felt deep gratitude or love. It can be a person, an experience, or even the feeling of achieving your biggest goal. As you focus on that feeling, imagine it expanding outward from your heart. Feel it radiating through your entire body. Hold this state for 60 seconds. Let it consume you. Feel how different your body becomes. What you just did is activate heart-brain coherence. If you practice this every day, you will start noticing everything shift. Your emotions, your energy, the way people respond to you, and the way opportunities begin appearing out of nowhere. Because this is not just a visualization. This is a measurable scientific change in your electromagnetic field. And once you learn how to stay in this state for longer periods of time, you will begin experiencing quantum shifts in your reality faster than you ever thought possible. This is how you start mastering your energy. This is how you start controlling reality. And in the next section, we're going to take this even further. Because once you understand the hidden laws that govern reality manipulation, you'll realize that there are no limits, except the ones you've been programmed to believe in. Because everything you've been taught about how reality works is wrong. You've been programmed to believe that life follows a linear path, that things happen by chance, and that the universe is indifferent to your existence. That's a lie. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid, malleable, and constantly responding to the energy you emit. The only reason most people don't see this is because they are unconsciously following a script that was never theirs to begin with. Right now, you are either commanding reality or you are being controlled by it. There is no in-between. Once you understand the hidden laws that dictate how reality actually works, you will no longer be at the mercy of your environment. You will no longer wait for opportunities, struggle for success, or hope things change. You will become the one pulling the strings, bending the quantum field to your will, and making the impossible look effortless. Most people spend their entire lives focusing on what they don't want. They wake up thinking about their problems, their limitations, and their struggles. And because of this, they unconsciously reinforce them. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you wish for. It responds to what you focus on. Whatever dominates your attention will expand. This isn't just some positive thinking concept. This is neuroscience and quantum mechanics in action. Dr. Joe Dispenza has shown that neurons that fire together wire together. This means that every time you replay a negative thought or focus on an outcome you fear, you are literally hardwiring your brain to make it your reality. And if you want proof, look at your own life. How often have you expected something to go wrong, only for it to happen exactly as you feared? How many times have you focused on what you lack, only to experience even more of it? This isn't a coincidence. This is your energy locking you into a pattern that keeps repeating itself. But here's the most powerful shift you can make. If you start obsessively focusing on what you want, your reality has no choice but to change. Right now, close your eyes and imagine your ideal life. The success, the freedom, the power. How often do you actually let yourself live in that reality mentally? If the answer is rarely, you've just found the reason you aren't there yet. What you focus on expands. And when you start focusing on your future as if it's already yours, reality starts bending to match it. Dr. Rupert Sheldrake's research on morphic fields has confirmed that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not just contained within your head. They extend beyond your body and interact with the world around you. This means that every moment you are broadcasting a frequency that influences your environment. And just like a radio station, you can only receive what you are tuned into. If your dominant energy is fear, doubt, and scarcity, you will attract people, situations, and events that match that frequency. If your dominant energy is certainty, power, and success, you will begin pulling in experiences that reflect that. And here's the proof. Have you ever noticed that people who expect the worst always seem to get it? That people who are constantly anxious seem to attract more things to be anxious about? Now, look at the most successful people you know. They walk into a room and people feel their energy before they even speak. They exude a presence that makes others want to follow them. This is not luck. This is energy mastery. If you want to change your life, you don't start by changing your actions. You start by changing the energy you transmit. Most people believe that if they work hard enough, they will eventually deserve success. But success isn't something you earn, it's something you align with. Think about this. There are people right now working 100 times harder than you, and they're still broke. And then there are people who barely work at all, yet everything flows to them effortlessly. Why? Because your life is not dictated by effort alone. It is dictated by your vibrational set point, the default energetic state you live in. Dr. Bruce Lipton has shown that your subconscious mind controls 95% of your reality. This means that if deep down you believe you are unworthy of wealth, success, or love, you will unconsciously repel those things, even if you consciously want them. This is why people self-sabotage, why they push away opportunities, why they never seem to break out of old cycles, no matter how hard they try. Your reality is a reflection of your dominant energetic state. So if you want to experience radical transformation, you must shift your set point, not just for a moment, but permanently. And the way you do this is by training your energy every single day. If you truly want to bend reality, you need to reprogram your subconscious mind and energy field to match the life you want. Do this exercise daily, and your reality will start shifting fast. Find a quiet place and close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, and exhaling for 5 seconds. Visualize your highest self, the version of you who already has everything you desire. Now, embody them. Feel their energy. Walk the way they walk. Breathe the way they breathe. Think the way they think. Hold this state for at least 3 minutes. When you open your eyes, carry that energy into the rest of your day. The more you train yourself to operate from this frequency, the more your reality will begin to mirror it back to you. This is the secret that 99% of people will never understand. They will continue living life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances, hoping something changes. But not you, because you are no longer waiting for reality to shift. You are shifting it yourself. And in the next section, we're going even deeper. Because once you master how to lock this energy in permanently, you will step into a level of power most people will never even comprehend. The biggest secret about energy isn't found in textbooks or taught in schools. It's right inside you, and most people never know it exists. Think of your body like a battery, but not just any battery. This is a special kind that can be recharged and made stronger through simple daily habits. Every morning when you wake up, your energy levels start fresh. But by lunch, many people feel tired and reach for coffee or sugar. This happens because they're losing energy without knowing how to keep it. The secret is that we can actually control how our energy flows and builds throughout the day. Your body creates energy in every cell, every second. This energy moves through your body like electricity through wires. When the energy flows smoothly, you feel strong, focused, and ready for anything. When it gets blocked or leaks out, you feel tired and stressed. The ancient Chinese discovered this energy system over 5,000 years ago. They called it QI, life force energy. They found that certain breathing patterns, movements, and pressure points could increase and direct this energy. Modern science now proves they were right. These techniques really work. But here's what makes this truly special. Anyone can learn to control their energy. You don't need special skills or years of training. Small changes in how you breathe, move, and even think can make a huge difference in your energy levels. Let me give you an example. Right now, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Feel the air fill your belly, then your chest. As you breathe out, let your shoulders drop. Just doing this simple exercise sends fresh energy through your whole body. This is just one tiny piece of the energy control system. Many people waste their energy without realizing it. They tense their muscles when they don't need to. They hold their breath during stress. They forget to take breaks when working. All these habits drain energy that could be used better. Think about a time when you felt incredibly energetic. Maybe it was during an exciting game, a fun party, or while doing something you love. That feeling wasn't just random. It happened because conditions were right for your energy to flow freely. The secret is learning how to create those conditions whenever you want. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's energy, even though it's only 2% of your body weight. This shows how important energy management is for mental performance. When you control your energy better, you think clearer, solve problems faster, and stay focused longer. Physical energy and mental energy are connected. When your body's energy is strong, your mind works better. When your mind is calm and focused, your body's energy flows better. This creates a positive cycle that keeps building on itself. But there's more to it than just breathing and moving. Your emotions play a huge role in energy control. Negative emotions like anger and worry drain energy fast. Positive emotions like joy and excitement can boost energy quickly. Learning to manage your emotional energy is just as important as managing physical energy. The best part about energy control is that it builds over time. Each day you practice these techniques, your energy system gets stronger. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Soon, high energy becomes your normal state instead of something that comes and goes. This isn't about quick fixes or temporary boosts. Energy drinks and caffeine might give you a short burst, but they often leave you feeling worse later. Real energy control creates lasting changes that get better over time. You might be wondering why this isn't more widely known. The truth is, many people are too busy looking for complicated solutions to notice the simple ones right in front of them. They miss the basic principles that make the biggest difference. In the next part, we'll look at the science behind these energy control techniques. You'll learn exactly how they work and why they're so effective. But for now, remember this. Your energy is not fixed. It can be increased, directed, and strengthened. This hidden secret has been helping people for thousands of years, and now it's your turn to use it. Energy control is based on scientific principles that we can observe and measure. The human body produces different types of energy: electrical signals in our nervous system, chemical energy from food, and thermal energy through body heat. By learning to direct these energies, we can create real changes in our physical state and performance. The science shows that we can consciously influence these energy patterns through breathing and mental focus. Deep, slow breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering heart rate and blood pressure while increasing energy efficiency. Quick, shallow breathing does the opposite, triggering the sympathetic system's fight-or-flight response and rapid energy consumption. The electromagnetic field generated by our heart is the strongest in the body, measurable up to several feet away. Research shows this field changes based on our emotional state. Positive emotions create coherent, ordered patterns, while stress and negative emotions create chaotic ones. By learning to regulate our emotions, we directly affect this energy field. The pineal gland, often called the body's master clock, regulates our circadian rhythms through melatonin production. This affects our energy levels throughout the day. By understanding these natural cycles, we can time our activities for peak energy efficiency. These scientific principles form the foundation for practical energy control techniques. By applying this knowledge, we can regulate our energy more effectively, leading to better physical and mental performance. The key is consistent practice and attention to how different factors affect our energy state. The body's energy systems work together in a complex but measurable way. Understanding these connections helps us make better choices about diet, exercise, rest, and mental focus. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about working with our natural biology to optimize energy use and production. The connection between our thoughts and physical reality runs deeper than most people think. Energy control starts with accepting that we can direct and shape the energy around us through focused intention. This isn't about magical thinking. It's about working with natural forces that scientists are still trying to figure out. Let's make energy manipulation practical. The first step is learning to feel it. Put your hands about 6 inches apart, palms facing each other. Focus on the space between them. Many people notice a slight tingling or pressure. That's energy. Practice moving your hands slightly closer and further apart, paying attention to how the sensation changes. Once you can feel energy, you can start directing it. Think of it like learning to flex a new muscle. Start by visualizing the energy as a bright light or gentle warmth. Try moving it between your hands, making it stronger or softer. Don't worry if you can't sense much at first. This takes practice. The next level is using energy for practical purposes. Let's say you want more clarity at work. You'd start by getting into a calm state through breathing. Then, picture clear, bright energy filling your workspace. Make it specific. See it helping you focus, boosting your productivity. The key is matching the type of energy to what you want to achieve. But energy work isn't just about what you can get. It's about balance. If you're always taking energy in, you need to give some back. This could mean helping others, spending time in nature, or doing creative work. Think of it like breathing. You need both inhale and exhale. Here's a simple exercise to build your skills. Pick an emotion you want to feel. Maybe confidence. Sit quietly and remember a time you felt really confident. Let that feeling fill your body. Now imagine that feeling as energy you can store and use later. Practice calling up that energy when you need it. Another technique is energy clearing. Notice when a room feels heavy or tense. You can shift this by visualizing bright light filling the space, or using your hands to sweep away stagnant energy. Many people report feeling lighter and more positive after energy clearing. The physical world responds to energy work in surprising ways. You might notice small changes at first. Better sleep, more energy, clearer thinking. As your skills grow, bigger shifts can happen. Opportunities show up at the right time. Problems solve themselves more easily. This isn't magic. It's working with natural laws we're just beginning to study. Some people see colors when they work with energy. Others feel temperature changes or pressure. There's no right or wrong way to experience it. Trust your own senses and keep practicing. Your sensitivity will increase over time. Energy control becomes really useful during challenging times. Feeling overwhelmed? Visualize excess energy draining into the ground. Need protection? Picture a shield of light around you. Want to heal faster? Direct healing energy to that part of your body. The most powerful energy work happens when you combine physical action with energy control. If you're looking for a new job, send out applications while also visualizing success. If you want better health, exercise while directing energy through your body. The physical and energetic work together. Remember that energy follows attention. What you focus on grows stronger. This means being careful with negative thoughts. They can create what you don't want. Instead, put your attention on what you do want. See it clearly. Feel it as if it's already happening. Some days you'll feel the energy strongly. Other days it might seem faint or absent. This is normal. Like any skill, energy work has natural ups and downs. Keep practicing regardless of what you feel in the moment. The effects build up over time. The best approach is to start small. Work with energy for a few minutes each day. Notice what happens in your life. Keep track of your experiences. Build your skills gradually. Soon you'll have proof that energy control works. Not because someone told you, but because you've seen it yourself. The science behind energy manipulation goes far beyond what we see in popular media. At its core, everything in our universe is made of energy, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. This energy follows specific patterns and rules that we can learn to work with. Think of energy like water flowing through different channels. Just as water can be directed, blocked, or released, energy moves through similar principles. When we understand these basic rules, we can start to influence the flow of energy around us. Scientists have found that our thoughts and intentions create measurable changes in the electromagnetic field around our bodies. These fields interact with everything nearby, affecting molecules, atoms, and even other living beings. This isn't magic, it's physics working at the quantum level. The key to working with energy lies in three main principles: focus, resonance, and coherence. Focus directs our attention and intention to specific outcomes. Resonance helps us match our energy frequency with what we want to create. Coherence brings all our energy systems into harmony, making our efforts more effective. Let's break this down with real examples. When you're trying to lift a heavy object, you naturally focus your energy, align your body, and coordinate your muscles. Energy manipulation works the same way, but instead of physical muscles, you're using your mind and biofield. Research in quantum physics shows that particles behave differently when observed. This proves that consciousness affects physical reality. By applying this principle, we can influence energy patterns around us through focused attention and clear intention. The human body generates its own electromagnetic field, which extends several feet beyond our skin. This field responds to our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. By learning to regulate this field, we can affect our environment in subtle but significant ways. Traditional practices like Qigong and Reiki have worked with these principles for thousands of years. Modern science now validates many of these ancient techniques through studies of biofields, heart coherence, and brainwave patterns. Here's a practical approach to start working with energy. First, become aware of your own energy field through simple sensing exercises. Notice how your field changes with different emotions and thoughts. Then practice directing this energy with clear intention. Your breath plays a crucial role in energy work. Deep, rhythmic breathing helps stabilize your energy field and increases your ability to direct it effectively. This is why breathing exercises are fundamental to all energy practices. Temperature changes, tingling sensations, or feeling pressure in your hands are common signs that you're beginning to sense energy. These physical sensations help confirm that you're actually working with real energy fields, not just imagination. To master your energy manipulation skills, start with small, measurable goals. Try influencing a compass needle or affecting electronic devices. These provide clear feedback and help build confidence in your abilities. Practice regularly with plants, as they respond well to energy work and provide visible results. Studies have shown that directed intention can affect plant growth and health, offering tangible proof of energy manipulation. Working with energy requires patience and consistency. Start with basic exercises and gradually build to more complex applications. Document your results and adjust your techniques based on what works best for you. The science of energy manipulation continues to advance as new research tools become available. Modern equipment can now measure subtle energy fields and document the effects of conscious intention on physical matter. By combining ancient wisdom with modern scientific understanding, we can develop practical, effective methods for energy manipulation. This knowledge opens new possibilities for personal growth, healing, and positive change in our lives and environment. The laws of quantum physics show us that reality works differently than we think. At its smallest level, the world follows strange rules that break what we see every day. These quantum laws give us new ways to work with energy that most people don't know about. Let's look back at the double-slit experiment. Scientists shoot tiny particles at a wall with two slits. The particles go through both slits at once and create a pattern that proves they exist in many places simultaneously. This tells us that at the quantum level, things can be in multiple states and places at the same time. This quantum effect happens with the energy in our bodies too. The electrons in our cells follow these same rules. They can tunnel through barriers and exist in different energy states all at once. By learning to sense and direct this quantum behavior, we can do things that seem impossible. Think about throwing a ball. Normal physics says it can only follow one path, but quantum physics shows that the ball actually takes all possible paths at once, then picks the most likely one. This is called quantum superposition. The same thing happens with energy. It flows through all possible channels before settling into one. Our thoughts and intentions can influence which quantum path becomes real. Studies show that when people focus their attention, it affects how quantum particles behave. This means we can guide energy by directing our awareness to specific quantum possibilities. The quantum Zeno effect proves that observing a system freezes it in place. Scientists found that watching quantum particles stops them from changing states. We can use this to hold energy in certain patterns by maintaining focused attention on them. Quantum entanglement lets particles instantly affect each other, no matter how far apart they are. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. This connects everything at the quantum level, including the energy systems in our bodies. We can tap into this network to influence energy across space. The uncertainty principle states that we can never know both the position and momentum of a particle exactly. This creates quantum fluctuations, tiny bursts of energy appearing and disappearing constantly. These fluctuations give us access to vast amounts of zero-point energy all around us. By working with these quantum effects, we can reshape how energy moves through reality. We can direct energy into new pathways, shape it into specific patterns, and connect it across space, granting us abilities that transcend normal physical limits. But we need the right mindset to use quantum laws. Our expectations and beliefs affect quantum behavior. Doubt and fear collapse quantum possibilities into ordinary results. Clear intention and certainty let us access quantum effects reliably. Start by watching your thoughts and energy closely. Notice how your attention affects their behavior. Practice holding steady focus without wavering. This builds your ability to guide quantum processes. Learn to sense quantum fluctuations in your energy field. Feel the constant, tiny shifts and changes. These show you where you can tap into quantum effects. The more aware you become, the more you can work with them. Use visualization to explore quantum possibilities. See energy taking multiple paths at once. Picture yourself in different states simultaneously. This trains your mind to work with quantum superposition. Build your belief in quantum abilities gradually through practice. Start with small effects you can verify. As you succeed, take on bigger challenges. Let your confidence grow naturally from experience. Stay grounded in science while pushing boundaries. Quantum physics gives us room to do amazing things, but it still follows consistent rules. Learn these principles thoroughly so you can apply them correctly. The quantum level holds incredible potential for anyone willing to study it. These strange laws let us transcend normal limits and reshape reality itself. With practice and understanding, you can use quantum effects to transform how energy works in your life. Keep exploring quantum physics and testing what's possible. The deeper you go, the more you'll discover about energy's true nature. Let the quantum realm show you what reality can really do. The path to becoming more powerful starts with a simple truth. Energy exists in everything around us. From the smallest atom to the largest star, energy flows through all matter. By learning to control this energy, we can do things that seem impossible. Think of your body as a battery that can store and release energy. Most people use only a tiny fraction of their potential, like running a powerful computer on low power mode. But you can train yourself to access and direct more of this energy. Start by focusing on your breathing. Each breath brings in new energy and releases old energy. As you practice, you'll notice warmth spreading through your body. This is your energy system becoming more active. The key is staying relaxed while maintaining focus. Your thoughts shape how energy moves. Keep your mind clear and focused. Negative thoughts block energy flow while positive thoughts enhance it. Develop mental discipline through meditation and mindfulness. Test your growing abilities in small ways first. Try influencing a candle flame with your energy. Practice moving light objects without touching them. Work on sensing people's energy fields. Document your progress to stay motivated. Learn from setbacks, but don't let them stop you. Everyone faces obstacles when developing these skills. What matters is continuing to practice and refine your control. Each challenge helps you grow stronger. Study how energy behaves in nature. Watch how water flows around rocks. Notice how wind moves through trees. Understanding natural energy patterns helps you work with energy more effectively. Build your energy in layers. Start with physical energy through exercise and proper nutrition. Add mental energy through study and meditation. Include emotional energy by staying balanced and positive. Combine spiritual energy through connection to something greater than yourself. Share your energy wisely. Help others, but don't drain yourself. Set clear boundaries. Learn when to conserve and when to expend energy. True power comes from maintaining healthy energy levels. Stay grounded as your abilities grow. Great power requires great responsibility. Use your skills to benefit yourself and others. Avoid the temptation to misuse your abilities for selfish gains. Make energy work part of your daily life. Practice while doing normal activities. Send energy through your hands while cooking. Ground yourself while walking. Shield yourself with energy in crowds. Track your energy levels throughout the day. Notice what activities drain or boost your energy. Adjust your schedule to maintain optimal energy flow. Rest when needed to avoid depletion. Keep pushing your limits gradually. Try more challenging energy exercises as you improve. Work with larger amounts of energy. Practice more precise control. Experiment with new applications of your skills. Remember that becoming powerful is a process. Each small step builds on previous progress. Stay patient and persistent. Focus on steady growth rather than dramatic breakthroughs. Your potential for power has no fixed limit. As you develop your abilities, you'll discover new possibilities. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing stronger. The path to true power never ends. The path to controlling energy starts with accepting a simple truth. We are all made of energy, and this energy flows through us constantly. Think of your body as a battery that can be charged and discharged. By learning to direct this flow, you gain control over your physical and mental state. Your food choices affect your energy levels directly. Raw fruits and vegetables carry more natural energy than processed foods. Green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds are rich in nutrients that help your cells produce and maintain energy. Start replacing one processed meal per day with fresh, whole foods. Physical movement creates and directs energy. Start with gentle exercises like walking or stretching. Pay attention to how different movements make you feel. Some will energize you, others will calm you down. Use this knowledge to adjust your energy levels throughout the day. Your thoughts influence your energy state. Negative thoughts drain energy, while positive ones build it up. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and replace that thought with something constructive. This takes practice, but becomes automatic over time. Sleep is critical for energy control. Your body follows natural cycles of energy throughout the day. Going to bed and waking up at the same time helps regulate these cycles. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep in a dark, quiet room. Meditation builds your ability to sense and direct energy. Start with 5 minutes of sitting quietly. Focus on your breath and notice the sensations in your body. As thoughts come up, let them pass without getting caught up in them. This practice strengthens your control over your mental energy. Your environment affects your energy. Clutter creates mental noise that drains you. Clean, organized spaces help energy flow smoothly. Take 10 minutes each day to tidy your main living space. Plants add natural energy to any room. Water conducts energy through your body. Most people don't drink enough water. Start carrying a water bottle and sip throughout the day. Notice how proper hydration affects your energy levels and mental clarity. The people around you influence your energy state. Some people leave you feeling energized, others drain you. Start spending more time with those who boost your energy and limit contact with those who drain it. Your posture affects energy flow. Slouching restricts energy movement through your body. Practice sitting and standing straight, with your shoulders back and head level. This opens energy pathways and helps you feel more alert. Sunlight is pure energy your body needs. Spend at least 15 minutes outside each day, preferably in the morning. This helps set your internal energy clock and provides vital vitamin D. Cold exposure builds energy control. End your shower with 30 seconds of cold water. This teaches your body to maintain energy balance under stress. Gradually increase the time as you get comfortable with it. Fasting trains your body to use energy efficiently. Start with skipping breakfast once a week. Notice how your energy levels change throughout the day. Your body learns to tap into stored energy reserves. Regular exercise builds your energy capacity. Choose activities you enjoy and can stick with long term. Mix cardio for endurance with strength training for power. Listen to your body and adjust intensity based on your energy levels. Your breath connects your conscious mind to your energy system. Practice holding your breath for short periods after exhaling. This creates brief energy charges you can learn to direct. Start with 5 to 10 seconds and increase gradually. Sound affects energy patterns in your body. Deep humming or chanting creates vibrations that move energy. Practice making low sounds for a few minutes each day. Notice how different tones affect different parts of your body. Touch is a direct way to transfer energy. Practice feeling the energy between your hands by holding them close together but not touching. Move them slowly apart and together, noticing the subtle sensations. These practices build permanent changes in how your body handles energy. Be patient and consistent. Small daily actions create lasting results. Track your progress in a journal to see patterns and improvements over time. You've just unlocked the blueprint for bending reality, controlling energy, and stepping into a level of power most people will never even glimpse. Now you stand at a crossroads. You can walk away, let this knowledge fade, and continue living in the same loop as before. Or you can take action right now and start rewiring your mind, mastering your energy, and becoming the architect of your own reality. You've just learned to command energy with your mind, to broadcast intention like a radio signal, to collapse quantum possibilities into specific outcomes, to use consciousness as a creative force rather than a passive receiver. And if you've been practicing, you've probably started noticing things. Small synchronicities at first. A thought about someone, they text you 5 minutes later. A clear visualization. Suddenly an opportunity appears. Moments where reality seems to bend slightly in your favor. This isn't coincidence. This is cause and effect. Your mind beginning to interface with the quantum field consciously. But here's the wall 90% of people hit. The invisible ceiling that stops progress and makes them think they're broken. Your mind can be sharp as a laser, your intentions crystal clear, your visualization flawless, detailed, emotionally charged. But if your physical vessel is misaligned, if your nervous system is dysregulated, if your biology is working against you, you're running high-performance software on broken hardware. And this is exactly why your previous manifestation attempts failed. Not because you weren't doing the mental work correctly, but because your body was sabotaging every command your mind gave. Think about it. You can mentally direct energy all day, but if your vagus nerve is stuck in fight or flight, your body overrides every command. If your heart coherence is chaotic from unprocessed emotions, your electromagnetic field broadcasts noise instead of signal. Here's the promise for this final section. In the next 30 minutes, I'm showing you the exact biological protocols, the breath patterns, the nervous system resets, the coherence techniques that turn your body from an energy blocker into an energy amplifier. You have days left until January. Days to get your biological hardware aligned with the mental software you just installed. Do this correctly, and on January 1st, you won't just be making resolutions. You'll be broadcasting a coherent energetic signal so powerful that reality reorganizes around you. Within 30 days, you will have tangible proof, not someday. Within 1 month, you'll see measurable changes in income, relationships, health, or opportunities. This is what happens when all three brains work together. This is the missing piece that destroys manifestation attempts. Why the law of attraction works for some and not others. Why you can do everything right mentally and still get nowhere. The truth is simple and scientific. Your body is an electromagnetic antenna, a biological transceiver, a quantum processor made of flesh and electrical impulses. If that antenna is corroded, misaligned, running on the wrong frequency, it doesn't matter how clear your mental signal is. It won't transmit. This is where neuroscience meets metaphysics, where ancient wisdom about chakras and meridians gets validated by modern research on the autonomic nervous system, the biofield, electromagnetic properties of the heart, and quantum biology. Your brain generates measurable electromagnetic frequencies that interact with every cell. Your thoughts create neurochemical cascades that either support coherence or create chaos. Every emotion triggers autonomic responses that either open energy channels or constrict them. Your heart broadcasts a toroidal electromagnetic field, extending far beyond your physical form, influencing everyone in your environment. When your heart is in coherence, this field amplifies intentions exponentially. When chaotic, it sabotages them. Your gut produces the vast majority of your serotonin, housing trillions of microorganisms communicating with your brain through the vagus nerve, directly influencing your emotional state, mental clarity, and ability to hold specific energetic frequencies. You are a biological quantum computer. If the hardware is compromised, if components aren't working in harmony, the software can't execute. In this final section, we're going deep into the biology of energy control. How your nervous system processes and transmits energy. How brain structures function as quantum processors. How the observer effect operates inside your neurons every second. You're understanding why breathwork isn't just relaxation. It's the fastest way to shift your autonomic state, activate your vagus nerve, and recalibrate your entire biofield in real time. Why certain postures aren't just stretches, they're energy circuit completions. Most importantly, you're discovering how to align your three brains into one unified force. That's when magic happens, when theory becomes reality, when you stop trying to manifest and start automatically attracting, when your hands can feel energy, your mind can direct it, and your body can amplify and sustain it through biological coherence. You don't just influence reality, you author it. Let's finish this. Let's complete the trilogy. Stay until the end, because I'm giving you a specific challenge, something you can test in the next 72 hours, that will prove beyond any doubt this entire system works. Let's complete the system. Have you ever felt like life is pulling you in every direction, leaving you feeling lost or out of place? It's like you're being pushed and pulled by invisible forces, and you can't quite put your finger on what's happening. You're not alone in feeling this way. Many of us struggle with this sense of being disconnected from ourselves and the world around us. It's like being in a room full of people and still feeling like you're on an island. But what if I told you there's an unseen energy within you that you can tap into? An energy that can help you feel grounded, centered, and more in tune with everything around you. Imagine waking up every day feeling peaceful and in control, like you're flowing with life rather than fighting against it. This universal energy isn't some far-off concept. It's a real, living force you can learn to connect with. And here's the best part. It's already inside you, waiting for you to access it. By understanding how this energy works, you can shift from feeling overwhelmed and scattered to feeling empowered and in harmony with your life. And here's something exciting. At the end, you'll receive a free guide full of practical tips to help you start mastering these skills. Are you ready to take the first step toward a more balanced and connected life? Now, let's delve deeper into this concept. Picture your energy as a sacred temple, each level representing a different aspect of your being. Understanding this structure helps you gain mastery over your life and well-being. The first level is physical, like the temple's foundation. It supports your vitality and strength. When balanced, you feel energized and vibrant. When neglected, you may feel drained or unwell. Your body constantly speaks to you through sensations. Are you paying attention? Next is the emotional level, like the temple's garden. It reflects your feelings, moods, and thoughts. Just as emotions affect your body, your inner peace or turmoil is reflected in how you feel. When in balance, you feel serene, but when out of balance, emotional storms arise. Your emotions mirror the state of your inner being, guiding you toward healing. Finally, there's the spiritual level, like the sunlight that nourishes everything. This is your connection to the divine, the greater whole. When this is in harmony, you feel aligned with your higher purpose, grounded in a deep sense of belonging and peace. These levels aren't separate but constantly interacting. Have you ever felt emotionally drained after a tough day, or uplifted after a moment of meditation? This is the connection between your physical, emotional, and spiritual energy. Bringing these layers into balance is the key to living fully. Ancient practices like yoga and meditation have long recognized this harmony, nurturing all aspects of our being. Modern science is finally catching up, confirming that aligning your energy improves well-being. You have the power to balance these layers within you, unlocking physical vitality, emotional peace, and spiritual connection. This harmony is not a distant dream, it's within your reach. Now let's focus on the physical layer, the foundation of your energy field. Your body is a sacred vessel, a temple that holds the energy of the universe. What if you could nurture this vessel with mindful, simple habits, unlocking the key to a deeper connection between your body and spirit? Have you ever noticed how a night of restful sleep transforms your perspective? Or how eating fresh, vibrant foods fills you with energy? These aren't random moments. They are signs of the physical layer of your energy field communicating with you. Your body is a living antenna, constantly attuning to the energy within and around you. Think of your physical energy as the foundation of a sacred temple. Without stability, even the most beautiful structure will crumble. When your physical energy is neglected, it ripples through your emotional and spiritual layers, creating imbalance. But when nurtured, it supports your entire being in harmony. So, what exactly is this physical layer? It's more than just maintaining health. It's about harmonizing your body with the energy flow of the universe. The food you eat, the air you breathe, the way you move, and the quality of your rest all impact this energy. Wholesome, natural foods like fruits and vegetables carry high vibrations that align your energy, while processed foods can dull your vitality. Movement isn't just exercise. It's a sacred dance that clears energetic blockages, whether it's a mindful yoga practice, a walk in nature, or joyful dance. Sleep is another sacred practice. During rest, your body undergoes deep healing, realigning your energy and preparing you for the day ahead. It's the ultimate reset button for your entire being. Ancient practices like yoga and tai chi harmonize not just your physical body, but also your emotional and spiritual layers, bringing all aspects of your being into balance. These traditions are more than exercises. They are sacred rituals that guide energy to flow freely within you. But how do you begin? Start small, with mindful steps. Notice how different foods affect your energy, how light and alive you feel after fresh, natural meals. Explore movements that bring you joy, whether it's walking, yoga, or dancing. Honor your need for rest by creating a nighttime ritual, reading, stretching, or meditating, so that your body can restore itself. Each mindful choice you make for your body is a loving act of spiritual care. As Barbara Fredrickson beautifully said, positive attitudes have a direct impact on health and well-being. By nurturing your physical self, you create a vibrant canvas of energy that radiates into every aspect of your life, enriching your own spirit and inspiring those around you. Your body is a temple. Treat it with reverence, and it will nourish your spirit in return. While physical well-being lays the groundwork, emotions are like the wild cards in the game of energy. They can lift you up to the skies or pull you down into the depths. But what if your feelings were more than just fleeting experiences? What if each emotion was a potent force shaping your reality, like wind blowing through your life, stirring up waves and currents? Picture your emotional landscape as a shifting weather system within your energy field. Just as a storm can turn a calm sea into churning waves, emotions can transform your inner world. These emotional shifts don't just affect you, they send ripples into the energy field around you. Have you ever walked into a room and felt tension or joy without a word being spoken? This is the power of emotional energy at work. You might wonder how to manage such a powerful force. The key is emotional mastery, not suppressing your feelings or forcing positivity, but cultivating awareness and learning to navigate your emotions with intention. Imagine your emotions as musical notes. Played without harmony, they create chaos. But when understood and directed, they form a beautiful symphony. Emotional mastery is like becoming the conductor of your own inner orchestra. Mindfulness is a powerful tool on this journey. By observing your emotions without judgment, you create a space between the feeling and your reaction. In this space, you find the freedom to choose your response rather than being driven by impulse. It's like standing in the eye of a storm, where it's calm and quiet, watching the emotions swirl around you, but not getting swept away by them. Journaling is another way to explore your emotional terrain, helping you identify patterns and transform your emotional landscape with deeper understanding. Writing down your feelings can be like opening a window in a stuffy room, letting in fresh air and clarity. But every thought, every emotion, sends ripples through your energy field, broadcasting a unique frequency to the universe. Positive emotions like love, joy, and gratitude resonate at higher frequencies, elevating your entire being. In contrast, emotions like fear and anger vibrate at lower frequencies, creating energetic blockages. It's like tuning a radio. When you tune into higher frequencies, you receive clearer, more uplifting signals. When you're tuned into lower frequencies, the signal is distorted and heavy. But this isn't about avoiding negative emotions. Every feeling has a purpose. It's about transforming challenging emotions into opportunities for growth, a practice known as emotional alchemy. By embracing all of your emotions, you learn to turn lead into gold, shifting your energy towards a higher state. When you feel sadness or anger, it's a signal from your inner self. Instead of pushing these feelings away, ask yourself what they are trying to tell you. Sometimes, they are the voice of your deeper self, guiding you to areas that need healing or change. But one simple yet profound practice is gratitude. Keeping a gratitude journal can elevate your vibrational frequency, anchoring you in life's blessings even during difficult times. Gratitude is like a warm light that melts away the shadows of fear and doubt. As Jeffrey Allen, a renowned energy healer, says, emotions are the foundation of authenticity. Allowing yourself to feel your emotions helps you and others. By embracing the full spectrum of your emotions, you honor your true self and create a more balanced and resilient energy field. At the end of this video, you'll be able to download a comprehensive guide where all these practices are shared to help you on your journey. Now that we've explored the emotional landscape, let's delve into something even more profound. Think of your consciousness as an antenna, tuning into frequencies far beyond the physical world. Imagine being part of a vast, invisible network, connected to something greater than yourself. Have you ever had a sudden flash of insight or a deep sense of knowing that seemed to come from nowhere? These moments might be glimpses of your spiritual connection, your cosmic antenna picking up signals from the universe. This spiritual layer of your energy field is like the beacon of light in a lighthouse. It illuminates your path, guiding you through the fog and connecting you to a deeper sense of purpose and the vast, boundless ocean of possibilities around you. When this layer is in harmony, it shines brightly, helping you navigate life with profound insights, heightened intuition, and a sense of unity with the world. It's that moment when the light breaks through the darkness, leading you effortlessly toward the right direction. It's that steady beam, calling you back to your course when you feel lost. So, how do you tap into this celestial connection? One powerful tool is meditation. By quieting the mind and turning inward, you create space for your spiritual antenna to receive clearer signals. Imagine a warm, golden light entering through the crown of your head, flowing throughout your body. This light is the energy of the universe, filling you with peace and wisdom. With practice, you may begin to sense a shift, a feeling of expanding beyond your physical self, becoming one with the universe. But another way to deepen this connection is through chakra balancing. Chakras are energy centers in the body that link your physical and spiritual aspects. Each chakra resonates with a different aspect of your being, from your sense of security and creativity to your ability to love and connect. By focusing on these centers through visualization or gentle exercises, you help clear blockages, allowing energy to flow freely and strengthening your bond with the universal energy field. But cultivating unity consciousness is key to elevating your energy. At our core, we are all interconnected, threads in the same cosmic tapestry. As you embrace this awareness, the illusion of separation fades, replaced by a profound sense of connection and compassion. Practices like loving-kindness meditation can nurture this unity. By sending thoughts of love to yourself, to those you cherish, and even to those you find challenging, you strengthen the bonds that connect all beings. It's like throwing pebbles into a pond, each act of love creating ripples that touch everyone around you. Try this simple exercise. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and extend your awareness beyond your physical body. Picture yourself as a point of light, connected to countless other points stretching out into infinity. Can you feel the vastness of this network? This is a glimpse of your divine antenna tuning into the universe. As you explore this spiritual layer, notice how your intuition sharpens and your sense of purpose grows clearer. You might start to experience synchronicities, meaningful coincidences guiding you on your path. These are signposts, affirmations that you are connecting with something greater than yourself. But remember, deepening your spiritual connection is a journey, not a final destination. It's about opening up to the subtle energies that flow through and around you. As you tune into your soul antenna, you may find that the boundaries between your physical, emotional, and spiritual layers soften, merging into a more harmonious and unified energy field. This is where you find true peace, the peace that passes all understanding. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to radiate a warmth that uplifts everyone around them, while others leave you feeling drained? This goes beyond just personality. It's rooted in the vibrational frequencies of our emotions. Understanding this can transform how you interact with the world. Imagine your life as a symphony, each feeling and thought contributing to the music of your being. Think of your emotions as musical notes, each one carrying its own unique frequency. When these notes are in harmony, they create a beautiful symphony. But when they are out of sync, they create discord and noise. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a reality that affects how you feel and how others respond to you. You are constantly sending out vibrations through your emotions, thoughts, and actions. These vibrations interact with the world around you, attracting experiences that match your frequency. Have you ever walked into a room and felt an immediate change in your mood? Your energy field was likely tuning into the frequencies of those around you. Positive emotions like love, joy, and gratitude vibrate at higher frequencies, creating a light and uplifting energy. On the other hand, feelings like fear, anger, and resentment vibrate at lower frequencies, often creating a heavy atmosphere. The beautiful truth is that you're not just a passive observer in this symphony, you are the conductor. You have the power to choose which emotions play loudly and which ones fade into the background. By consciously managing your thoughts and feelings, you can actively shape the vibrational frequency of your energy field. How do you start tuning your emotional frequency? Begin with gratitude. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you naturally raise your energy. Gratitude is like tuning into a higher frequency station on your life's radio. Try starting each day by naming 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice can shift your entire emotional landscape. It's like switching on a light in a dark room, instantly changing the atmosphere. Positive affirmations are another powerful tool. These are short, empowering statements like, "I am worthy of love," or "I attract positive experiences." By repeating them, you are tuning your energy to resonate at a higher frequency. Affirmations are like tuning forks for your soul, setting the tone for how you vibrate throughout the day. Visualization exercises can also elevate your vibration. Close your eyes and imagine yourself surrounded by a warm, golden light. As you breathe deeply, feel this light grow brighter, filling you with peace and raising your frequency. Visualization is a powerful tool for shifting your energy, as it helps you align your mind and emotions with higher vibrations. Remember, just like a musician who practices staying in tune, managing your emotional frequency requires regular effort and awareness. But the rewards are profound. As you consciously elevate your vibration, you'll find that you naturally attract more positivity into your life. It's like turning on a magnet that draws in experiences and people that match your higher frequency. This isn't about ignoring or suppressing negative emotions. Every emotion has a purpose and offers lessons. The key is to acknowledge these feelings, process them, and then gently shift back to a higher state of being. It's like playing a musical piece. Some parts are soft and somber, while others are vibrant and joyful. All the notes are part of the symphony of your life. As the Energetics Institute notes, our emotional energy has an immediate and visible effect on our body, brain, and genes. This shows how deeply our emotions influence our physical and mental well-being. By tuning your emotional frequency, you're not just changing how you feel, you're changing how you experience life. As you continue to explore the world of energy fields and vibrations, remember that you hold the power to shape your own energetic reality. By becoming aware of your emotions and choosing to elevate your frequency, you're not just enhancing your own life, you're contributing to a more positive collective energy field. While managing our energy might sound like a modern idea, ancient civilizations understood this truth long ago. What if the practices of our ancestors were more than just cultural traditions, but powerful ways of working with energy? Today, science is beginning to bridge the gap between ancient wisdom and modern understanding. Take yoga, for example. This practice, rooted in India thousands of years ago, is more than just exercise. It's a holistic system designed to balance body, mind, and spirit. Modern research now shows that yoga can reduce stress and improve mental well-being, validating what ancient yogis knew intuitively. By moving and breathing in specific ways, we can direct our inner energy, bringing harmony to our entire being. Meditation is another ancient practice gaining scientific support. Almost every culture has its form of meditation, and it's no coincidence. Modern neuroscience shows that meditation can rewire our brains, leading to reduced anxiety and a greater sense of peace. The simple act of sitting in stillness and turning inward allows us to connect with the energy that flows through us. These practices were not just rituals, but tools for tuning into the energy field within and around us. While science is still catching up, it's beginning to confirm what ancient traditions have long known. Everything is interconnected, and by balancing our inner energy, we can profoundly impact our well-being. Imagine having a personal toolkit to shift your mood, protect yourself from negativity, or boost your vitality. This isn't just a dream, it's the power of energy mastery. Let's explore 2 simple but powerful tools you can start using right away. First, there's magnetic visualization. Picture your energy field as a radiant sphere of light surrounding you. As you breathe deeply, see this sphere expanding with each inhale and gently contracting with each exhale. This practice helps you connect with your energy, teaching you how to guide it with intention. If you're feeling scattered or ungrounded, try grounding. Visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet, reaching deep into the earth. Feel the solid connection as excess energy flows away, replaced by calm and strength. This simple exercise can help anchor you back to the earth's steadying energy. Start small and be consistent. Begin each morning with a quick energy check-in. Take a few deep breaths and notice how you feel.
You made it. You just completed something 99.9% of humanity will never even attempt. Something most will dismiss as impossible without testing. Something that could fundamentally alter your entire existence. Pause for a moment and acknowledge what you now possess. You understand something emperors paid fortunes to learn. Mystery schools guarded with blood oaths. Modern science has proven but refuses to teach. Ancient civilizations encoded in their most sacred texts. You've learned to feel energy with your hands, to prove to your rational mind that this invisible force is real, tangible, measurable, directly perceivable through your nervous system. You've learned to direct energy with your mind, to use thought as a precision tool, intention as a reality-shaping weapon, consciousness as a creative force interfacing directly with the quantum field. You've learned the biology, the quantum mechanics in your neurons, the electromagnetic nature of your cells, the scientific mechanisms explaining why this isn't mysticism. It's physics, neuroscience, the fundamental nature of reality operating through a biological system. 3 brains, 3 levels of mastery, 1 unified system. Here's the grand unification theory they never wanted you to discover. The secret tying everything together. Why this trilogy works when isolated techniques fail. Your hands sense the field. Your mind broadcasts the pattern. Your body amplifies the signal. When these 3 work together, when you can feel energy, direct energy, and sustain energy through biological coherence, you create what alchemical texts called the philosopher's stone. The ability to transmute reality itself. This isn't alchemy as metaphor. This is alchemy as applied quantum mechanics. Think about what you now know. Quantum particles exist in superposition, all possible states simultaneously, until observation collapses them into one specific reality. That's the observer effect, foundation of quantum mechanics. Your thoughts generate electromagnetic frequencies rippling outward from your brain, measurable, detectable, broadcasting into space. Basic neuroscience, proven and repeatable. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field far stronger than your brain's, extending well beyond your physical body, influencing people's nervous systems nearby. Peer-reviewed research, published and validated. Your hands contain thousands of tactile receptors, more neural pathways per square inch than almost anywhere else, making them energetic transceivers capable of sensing and transmitting electromagnetic information. Basic anatomy. Your autonomic nervous system can be consciously controlled through breath, posture, intention, shifting from stress to coherence, proven by decades of research. Now connect the dots. When you place your hands in an energy-sensing position,
You activate millions of nerve endings, feeding information directly to your brain. This creates a focused feedback loop, a direct consciousness energy interface, proving to your brain the field is real. When you combine this physical sensation with clear mental intention, a specific thought frequency sustained with emotional intensity, you broadcast a coherent signal through your biofield, with precision and power. When your body is in coherence, nervous system balanced, heart rhythms smooth, cells oxygenated and vibrating at optimal frequency, that signal gets amplified exponentially. Your biology becomes the amplifier for consciousness. When these three elements align, when all three brains work together in harmony, you're not just thinking about reality, not wishing for change, not hoping or praying in some detached way. You're literally creating a measurable electromagnetic disturbance in the quantum field that has no choice, mathematically, physically, but to reorganize matter, synchronize events, and collapse probabilities around your chosen frequency. This is why manifestation works for some and not others. Why some individuals effortlessly attract opportunities, wealth, relationships, success, while others struggle despite working 10 times harder. Why certain people throughout history seem to operate on a different plane, seem to have access to powers normal people don't. They understood the trilogy. They mastered all three brains. They aligned the hands, mind, and body into one unified force. And here's something else that just happened. Over the last 90 minutes, your brain has been rewiring. Neuroplasticity in action. Every concept learned, every technique practiced, every scientific explanation absorbed. Your neural pathways formed new connections. You're literally not the same person who started this video. Your brain has changed. Your understanding expanded. Your potential increased. The question is, what are you going to do with this new version of yourself? Here's what separates knowledge from power. What determines whether this information transforms your life or just becomes another interesting thing you once learned? Practice. You can watch this 100 times. Intellectually understand every concept. Nod along. Feel inspired. Get excited. Share it with friends. Tell everyone. But until you actually do the work, until you spend time every single day sensing energy with your hands, directing it with your mind, optimizing your biology to sustain it, this remains theory. Potential. Another thing you know about but haven't embodied. Knowledge without application is entertainment. Understanding without practice is philosophy. Potential without activation is wasted opportunity. So here's your protocol, the exact practice turning this knowledge into power, the complete 20-minute daily protocol. Do this every morning starting tomorrow. First, physical energy sensing. 5 minutes. Rub palms together vigorously 30 seconds. Build heat, friction, wake up those thousands of nerve endings. Then separate them slowly, 6 inches apart, and feel the energy. Notice the tingling, pressure, magnetic quality. Move them closer, further apart, rotate them. Play with the sensation. This is your nervous system perceiving electromagnetic fields. Every day you do this, you're rewiring neural pathways to perceive energy as real, tangible, undeniable. Training your first brain. Second, mental energy direction. 10 minutes, sit in meditation. Close your eyes, calm your breath. Choose one specific outcome you want to manifest in January. Not 10 things. 1. See it in perfect detail, not as future wish, but as present reality happening now. What do you see? Hear? Feel? Who's there? Make it vivid. Make it real. And here's the key. Feel the emotions of already having it. Gratitude, joy, satisfaction, peace. Sustain that feeling as long as you can. This is broadcasting a specific frequency into the quantum field, collapsing probability waves toward your chosen outcome. Training your second brain. Third, biological coherence. 5 minutes. Deep, rhythmic breathing.
The pattern matters. Inhale through your nose for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 6. The extended exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, vagus nerve, rest and digest state. Creates heart coherence. Optimizes your biofield for energy work. Do this 5 minutes and you measurably shift your entire physiology. Heart rate variability improves. Brainwaves shift toward alpha and theta. Cells receive more oxygen. Entire system moves into coherence, training your third brain. 20 minutes total, every morning, starting tomorrow. Here's the specific challenge, the 30-day proof protocol. Pick one thing you want to manifest by end of January. Make it specific and measurable. Not more money, but an extra $2,000. Not better health, but 15 pounds lost or pain-free mornings. Not improved relationships, but 3 meaningful conversations with your partner per week. Not career success, but a promotion or 2 new clients or a job offer. Write it down right now. Make it your phone background. Put it where you'll see it daily. Then do this 20-minute protocol every single morning, focusing on that one outcome during visualization. I promise you, if you do this consistently for 30 days, by end of January, you will have tangible proof this system works. Not someday, not eventually. Within 30 days, measurable movement toward that specific outcome. And once you have proof, once you see reality respond to conscious direction, you'll never doubt your power again. Never go back to being a passive observer. Never accept powerlessness as your default state. But let me tell you what's going to happen so you're prepared. Days 1 through 3, you'll feel excited, energized. You'll practice enthusiastically. Might notice small synchronicities immediately. Days 4 through 7, doubt will creep in. Your logical mind will question if this is real. You'll be tempted to skip practice. This is the critical phase. Push through. This is where most quit. Days 8 through 14, if you've stayed consistent, you'll start noticing patterns, small manifestations, opportunities appearing, people reaching out unexpectedly, things clicking into place too coincidentally to be random. Days 15 through 21. Practice becomes easier, more natural. You'll feel energy more intensely. Visualizations become more vivid. Your body will crave the morning coherence practice. Days 22 through 30. This is where magic happens. Where major manifestations start appearing. Where the specific outcome you chose starts materializing in physical form. Where reality bends, so obviously you can't deny the connection. But this only works if you're consistent. Missing 1 day resets your progress. Missing 3 puts you back at the beginning. Your nervous system needs repetition to rewire. Your biofield needs consistency to maintain coherence. This isn't punishment. It's how neuroplasticity works, biology, not morality. And I need to tell you something crucial. Power without wisdom is destruction. You now have knowledge to manipulate reality, to influence outcomes, to bend probability, to affect other people's energy fields, to manifest circumstances serving your desires. Use it with integrity. Use it to heal, not harm. To elevate, not manipulate. To create value, not extract it. To serve the collective good while achieving individual goals. Because here's the final secret. The energy you put out always returns to you. Always. Without exception. With mathematical precision. The universe isn't a cosmic vending machine. It's a mirror. A perfect, ruthless mirror reflecting your internal state back to you in physical form. Use these techniques to manipulate others. Force outcomes. Take without giving. Serve only yourself. You'll create an energetic debt that collapses back on you with compound interest. You might get what you want short term, but backlash is inevitable. The universe always balances the equation. But use these techniques to serve, create genuine value, raise the frequency of everyone you encounter, manifest abundance while helping others. You'll step into a flow state so powerful that reality itself conspires in your favor. Not because you're lucky,
because you're in alignment with the fundamental frequency of creation itself. This is the difference between black magic and white magic, between force and flow, between ego and alignment, between short-term manipulation and long-term manifestation. Choose wisely. You now stand at a threshold most never reach, a doorway invisible to those who don't know it exists. Behind you is the old world, victimhood, waiting for things to happen, believing you're powerless, accepting whatever reality hands you. Ahead is the new world, authorship, conscious creation, radical responsibility, understanding you are the artist and reality is the canvas. You can't unknow what you now know, can't unfeel what you felt in your hands, can't unhear the truth about how your mind shapes reality. The only question now is, what will you build? What reality will you collapse into existence? What frequency will you broadcast? Who will you become when you finally accept you are not a passive observer but an active creator? In less than a week, the calendar resets. The energetic cycle completes. Collective consciousness focuses on new beginnings. You have a choice. You can enter January the same way you entered this past January, with hopes and wishes and resolutions that will fail by February, because they are not backed by energetic alignment. Or you can enter the new year as someone who has unlocked and activated their three brains. Someone who can feel energy, direct it consciously, amplify it through biological coherence. Someone who doesn't hope for change but commands it. The power has always been yours. The prison was always an illusion. The invisible force you've been searching for was inside you all along, waiting for you to notice it, acknowledge it, master it. Now use it. This is your moment, your awakening, your trilogy complete. Welcome to the other side. If this knowledge fundamentally changed your perception of reality, if you can feel the truth resonating in your bones, drop a comment with activated so I know you've completed the trilogy and you're committed to the 30-day challenge. Share this with someone ready for truth, someone searching for answers, someone who deserves to know they're more powerful than they've been led to believe. Tag them with "Watch this before January," and let's create a movement of conscious creators entering the new year with activated power. Remember this above all else. You are not a body with a soul. You are a soul with a body. And that soul is pure energy, pure consciousness, pure creative force, temporarily focused through a biological system. Never forget who you are. Never forget what you're capable of. Never settle for being less than the conscious creator you were born to be. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for having the courage to question everything you've been taught. Thank you for being willing to see the truth, even when it shatters comfortable illusions. Thank you for investing 90 minutes into unlocking powers you didn't know you had. Now go create your reality. The universe is waiting. See you in January, the new you, the activated you, the version of you that finally remembers their power. Let's make this viral. Like, comment activated. Share with 3 people who need this, and subscribe to join thousands choosing conscious creation over unconscious existence. Your transformation begins now. The countdown has started. Will you enter the new year as a victim or a creator? The choice is yours.